Hi, I'm Nick, and welcome to the Fusion Space in what will be the most special episode of Storytime ever, The Death of Superman and Funeral for a Friend. You see, The Death of Superman was the story that made me a comics fan for life, the hook that first drew me in. I had a few, literally 3 issues of Superman and Batman I found in my grandma's bookcase that my brother had left in years previous, and while they had a special mystical appeal, the world seemed so dense and there wasn't an easy way in. Besides, I'd always figured that comics were like cartoons, like the Transformers. A world where nothing ever really changed, the good guys always won, and where everything was set back into place for the next adventure after each battle, a kind of rubber reality. Then the news broke worldwide, and I can't stress enough how much this was an actual major world news story, that Superman was going to die. Mainly because people didn't understand that comics bring heroes back from the dead all the time. This wasn't a known thing in popular culture, and most every story ended with the sad note that an American icon was going away forever. DC wisely played into the hype though, and it saw an unprecedented interest and an insane sales boost. I mean, people were lining up at comic shops who had never been to one in their lives and buying multiple copies of books, hoping they would have some value in the future. Though a lot of it was just interest in the story as well. While sealed copies do still have some value these days, the fact is the increased demand simply made DC print more books, thus devaluing the whole and defeating their purpose. I was on the bus to school one day when my best friend at the time let me borrow his copy of the 7-issue long fight, and I was blown away by so much. The quality of the writing most of all, but also the art, the action, and in the end, I realized that I had greatly misjudged the world of comics. After all, if this could happen, if Superman could die, then anything could happen. But the death storyline was only the hook. The line was funeral for a friend, and I missed that at the time, only tracking down the back issues a little later. It's some of the best dramatic work ever published in a superhero comic, a chance for the creative teams on what is essentially a book about punching things to stretch their storytelling muscles and take on some deeper subject matter. As you'll see, DC handled the whole thing with great care and seriousness once they knew the eyes of the world were upon them, because their intention was never to get as much attention as they did or to break sales records, but only to tell the best story they could when forced to under editorial constraints. There was a year of stories leading up to the marriage that they couldn't do because the TV show Lois and Clark was going to have them get married in 4 years or so that had to be put on the back burner, and overnight they came up with Death of Superman as a replacement. Funeral was the 8 issues following Superman 75, the famous death issue, and it shows the absence Superman's passing leaves behind, a world without a Superman, and following those 8 issues, the Superman books ceased publication. For about 6 months. Then I happened to see Adventures of Superman 500 on a newsstand rack in a grocery store, announcing Superman's possible return. I bought it, of course, the first comic I ever bought for myself, and it's a wonderful tale of Jonathan Kent finding Clark's spirit during a near-death experience of his own, and guiding him back to life, paired with the introduction of not 1, but 4 new possible Supermen. And that was a sinker. I was hooked for the entire fantastic Reign of the Supermen storyline, and by the end of it, I'd be a comics fan for life, and already collecting several more books. So despite the fact that this story does have a pretty good animated adaptation, this was a comic I always knew I had to cover someday, and I really hope you enjoy it as much as I did. I hope this creates some new fans somehow, just like it did for me. One last thing before we start, I think I should explain this version of Lex Luthor. This is Lex Luthor II, which is really just the brain of the old Lex transferred into a young cloned body, which he had to do in secret after wearing his kryptonite ring gave him cancer, and he faked his death. Supergirl is his girlfriend, and she works for LexCorp, which is actually the biggest employer in Metropolis, and this Lex has the world convinced he's just a businessman and philanthropist, and that he's nothing like his father. This version of Supergirl is often called Matrix, and she is a shape-shifting alien with telekinesis who chose to model her appearance on Superman when he rescued her from a dying pocket universe. Now that that's out of the way, let's begin. These pages appeared at the end of the 3 weekly Superman books leading up to our first issue, foreshadowing the danger. Somewhere else. Doomsday is coming. Unrelentingly. Doomsday is coming. Unstoppably. Doomsday is coming. Unbelievably. Doomsday is here. somewhere on Earth. A terrifyingly strong monster wrapped in cables and green fabric punches his way free of his underground prison and the Earth itself with only one arm. Can this really be Doomsday? Keith is a small boy who lives in an orphanage because his mom disappeared. Superman told him he'd be there if Keith ever needed him, but Keith figures Superman is too busy to look for his mom, so he's gonna find her himself, and he buys some glow-in-the-dark spray paint to help him search the sewers. Keith uses the paint to mark his way out as he paints a path to the monsters underground. Lois intercepts a tip for Clark about the underworld and decides to check it out herself, leaving Clark a note saying where she's gone. Underworld, where the various cloned monsters such as from Cadmus, a genetics lab, and stranded aliens live in the caverns and tunnels underneath Metropolis. Elsewhere, the wrapped creature takes in his new world. A bird lands in his open hand. He crushes it. Lois finds the underworld about to attack the surface world. They begin with a power station connected to their tunnels. Keith finds them too, and sadly realizes they lied about having his mother. But they do have Lois Lane, and Keith runs off to warn Superman. Elsewhere, the wrapped creature finds a tree in his path. He smashes it to toothpicks with one punch. Keith cleverly uses the glowing paint to make a large S-shield on the ground, which Superman sees from the air. He flies down, and Keith hugs him, telling him everything. The Underworlders use a huge drill to claw towards the surface world. They are armed with alien weaponry and unparalleled rage. Superman bursts through the cave wall and upends the gigantic drill. He grabs a grenade from a blue creature and shoves it into their leader Clawster's mouth.
Idiot, he got the grenade.
I've about had it with your distractions, Clawster, so eat Diversion 7. Whoop.
Good thing Clawster, invulnerable. Ugh.
It explodes, only knocking him out.
Superman, coming for us! Activate war machines now!
Superman is hit in the chest with an energy weapon.
That's the way. These war world designs. Yeah, pour it on. Even Super Creep can't stand against these weapons.
As I feared, the Warworld escapees are behind this. Got to get to my feet. Superman fights off the energy weapon, struggling to his feet. Pincer coming toward me, meant to impale me, but I'm not the guy who's getting the wrong end of the stick. He grabs the metal arm of the pincer and turns it back on the machine, tearing it apart. Missed my chance to stop them once. Won't make that mistake again. He punches the aliens out with his fists.
That smarts.
Come back here, Warworlder. Where's the leader reporter you're holding captive?
Captive? Surely, Superman, you know, we Warworlders don't take captives.
Where is she? Superman grabs the alien by the head.
Charlie took her to the East Tunnel. By now she's dead. What are you going to do?
Pound you up to your neck in the rock floor. And maybe, if you're wrong, I might just bother to dig you out again. Elsewhere, the wrapped creature finds his path blocked by a highway. He collapses the overpass, causing complete devastation. Superman bursts through the wall and grabs the gunman by the hand. Lois, they said you'd be here. That you'd be dead. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Superman, don't.
What? Lois kicks Superman in the butt.
Don't you dare punch out Charlie. He's the reason we knew about the Underworlders' schemes.
We did?
Sure, you're here, aren't you? Well, Charlie's our informant. He's a hero. He saved Metropolis, right? He was a pacifist in the 60s and in touch with the anti-war segment of Underworld, and he decided to stop their war against the surface.
I wrote her a note telling her to warn you, and, well, I thought maybe it'd help you get a story. Pay her back for all the donuts she bought me this year. I knew she'd get the message through to you.
The computer, right?
Had the hardest time convincing him to let me be the one supposedly, blow her away. Never occurred to me she'd come down here and get herself captured.
Well, how else would she get the story?
And now, is anybody going to untie me?
The jails on the surface won't hold these guys. We'll hold a trial and deal with them in Underworld.
But You don't have to stay down here, you know. There's a place for you and your friends in Metropolis.
You kidding, right? Ain't nothing for us in the surface. And Charlie and me are human. And it's not like my friends got marketable skills or nothing. Nah, we jawed about it before. We decided to stay in the tunnels.
What about you, Charlie? I could try to get you a job at the planet. You're pretty good at ferreting out information.
Thanks, Miss Lane. But I'll take my chances here.
Then maybe you can be our underworld correspondent?
Deal. You know, Grub, there's worse down here than the war worlders. Do you think I should tell them my duty as a correspondent and all? Nah, bloodthirst is our problem. But it's good to know if we can't handle him, we can call in Superman.
Elsewhere.
What the heck? Hey, buddy, get out of the way! What do you think you're...
The wrapped creature punches out a large semi-truck.
State troopers! Chuck Johnson calling state troopers!
I read you, Mr. Johnson. What is it?
Big monster, Flip Moon's rig, one hand tied behind his back. It's burning fit to pop.
Did you say monster?
Yeah, big as a goddamn house.
Hello? What have we here?
The dude's tearing up the whole interstate. He's heading east. Please, you gotta stop him.
Now this sounds like a job for the Justice League. The Justice League cleans up in the wake of the monster's rampage across the country. Down for the count. Ice and Guy Gardner put out the fires while Blue Beetle directs his best friend Booster Gold and the others to rescue the civilians. Meanwhile, Superman appears on Cat Grant's daytime talk show for an interview.
We're coming to you live from Roosevelt High with an incredible show. He is perhaps the most celebrated man of our time. He's been called the Man of Tomorrow, the Last Son of Krypton, and the Man of Steel, but he's most appropriately known as... Superman! Yay! Yay!
The Justice League follows the creature's path in Blue Beetle's flying ship.
I can't thank you enough for joining us here, Superman. Interviews with you are a true rarity.
I've always felt that if Americans are to trust us, they have to know us, Miss Grant. And without your trust, we are not effective. Maxima reaches out to the creature with her mind.
I found the creature. He's hate, death, and bloodlust personified. Nothing more.
It's unfair to the others to paint me as the leader of the Justice League. We're a group of people who have gotten together to do a job only we can do. Everybody in the group has a say on issues, and a vote as well. The wrapped monster strangles a deer just before he sees the flying ship. He hurls a chunk of wood at it.
Surely you've been a greater influence than that. Respected observers suggest you provided a quality of strength and focus the League previously lacked.
They were a talented, dedicated bunch long before I joined, Miss Grant. I'm proud to be in their ranks. The missile pierces the craft, shattering the controls, and it falls, spilling the Leaguers into the sky. The Flyers grab the non-Flyers, and Maxima catches the ship, landing it safely.
Okay, it's time to let these students ask some questions. Your name is? Kenny. I was wondering what you superheroes do when you're not bashing bad guys. I mean, do you get together and party all the time, or what?
The creature punches an oncoming semi-truck and jackknifes it, causing several more accidents behind it. We Justice Leaguers have a variety of interests, just as you and your friends do. Blue Beetle is an inventor who enjoys spending his free time in the lab. Ice likes to travel. Maxima is busy adjusting to Earth life, while Guy Gardner tends to be a little more creative in his free time. The League find the creature, and Guy leaps in first, not waiting for a plan.
Wait, Guy, let's get a little organized here.
Too late, Bug. One soon to be corpse, dead ahead. Take your pick, burial or cremation.
Speaking of Guy Gardner, why won't you guys let him be a Green Lantern anymore? Why did you fire him?
I can assure you that we had no say regarding Guy's status in the Green Lantern Corps. It was their call all the way. The monster grabs Guy and slams his head into the ground.
Huh? Ah! Ugh! So fast! I didn't even see him move!
Then stomps on it and punches him deeper into the concrete.
This interview is taking place in Metropolis for the benefit of high schools nationwide. I want you kids to pay attention.
Yes, me as a yawner, Mitch. No kidding. They should have talked to Guy Gardner. They wanted to talk to someone with their head screwed on straight.
Can't breathe. Can't even think.
Let go of him, you monster!
Fire blasts the creature, and he drops Guy.
That freaking thing's powerful. Never had a chance to fight back.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about Fire. Did she score as high in the Babel-meter as it seems? Yuck, nice question, Spud.
Fire is good at her job and a terrific person. Next question.
I can't believe it. No matter how much I throw at this goon, it doesn't faze him.
Then I will deal with him. Over the years, many souls have passed to the afterlife here. This area is rich with the plasma energies of the spirits of the dead. I call on those spirits to grant me the power necessary to defeat this monstrosity.
Bloodwind punches him with enormous force.
Gods! What manner of creature can withstand such a blow?
I was, wondering, Superman, if there's anything out there that, really frightens you. I mean, I'd get scared facing all that stuff if I was you.
He punches Bloodwind through a fence and a large tanker, which explodes.
Pah! Ooh!
Did you see that punch? Where could a being so powerful have come from? Can Bloodwind have survived something like that?
Good question, miss. See, one way or another, fear is always part of the job. I'm afraid of failure and afraid of hurting innocent people. And, to be candid, I've been afraid for myself. I've encountered things powerful enough to kill me.
Ha!
The monster throws a rock, knocking Fire out of the air.
Oh! You guys take care of the steroid case. I'll get Bloodwind out of that inferno. Weird. Here I am trying to save the most mysterious guy in the league. Bloodwind's hiding something from us that... There. But that's not... Of course. All this time, I've wondered who Bloodwind really is. And now I know. I never would have guessed it in a million years. But Bloodwind is really... What about all that, hitting and violence? Don't you get tired of it? I mean, isn't there a better way to work things out than caving in someone's head? Bloodwind must be...
Ah!
Blue Beetle is about to discover who Bloodwind really is. It's Martian Manhunter. When the creature grabs him by the neck. He slams Beetle into pipes and tanks, nearly killing him.
Someone help me.
Believe me when I say, I wish that violence wasn't necessary. But violence is the price we pay to accomplish a greater good. As heroes, we choose to protect that good with our lives. He tosses Beetle away as Maxima and Bloodwind engage him.
Beetle will never survive if I do not... Look out!
He grabs them both by their feet and throws them into another tanker.
Cut! We just been preempted by a network special report. Sounds like trouble in Ohio.
Wonder if it's anything I can help with. Beetle lands with a thud.
Ted! Oh no! He's so still. So quiet.
Oh my God! We need to get him to a hospital! Quick!
I think it may be too late, Booster. But I pray I'm wrong.
No!
Booster is enraged.
I have reports of the Justice League battling a heinous monster at a Lex Oil refinery in Ohio. Reports indicate the League is unable to stop his destructive stampede.
Superman.
I have to go.
I'm tired of playing tag with you, ugly. Let's see you walk away from a full intensity blast. Booster unloads on the creature with his blasters.
Bah!
But to no avail. He's still coming. Gotta get my force field up before... The monster punches him hard and Booster flies into the sky.
Ah! Ha ha ha!
Superman approaches from the studio. How could one man stand against the whole League? As soon as I'm up over the horizon, I'll be able to check things out with my telescopic vision. Man, I just barely raised my force field in time. The force of his blow is overpowering my flight ring. If he can do this to me, imagine what he did to Beetle. Wonder if that rubber-suited powerhouse is biological? Or some kind of doomsday machine? Superman catches him. That's far enough, Booster. You! I hear you people are having some trouble. Trouble isn't the word, Superman. I'm telling you right now, it's like Doomsday is here. Countdown to Doomsday. Ice tells Maxima that the Blue Beetle, Ted Kord, needs medical attention soon or else he will die. Maxima is a proud alien warrior queen and wants to chase the monster, but Ice convinces her that only she can get Beetle to a hospital in time. Ice heads to a housing complex in the creature's path to warn the innocents of the danger. Mitch, a teen who is watching the Superman interview in school, comes home to his mother and sister upset about his parents' impending divorce. Mitch is in the midst of arguing with his mom when Ice flies through their kitchen window.
Oh, man. Becky, the glass. Mitchell, I want you to call 911. Hurry. Oh, God. Outside, in the driveway.
The monster stalks through their front yard, their car impaled on one arm.
Our car! Check it out. That dude did all this with one hand tied behind his back?
Huh?
Superman and Booster arrive. That's the guy, Superman. He's the one who took the Justice League apart at the seams. What was it you called him, Booster? Oh, yeah. Doomsday. Doomsday punches Superman in the chest, but he doesn't budge.
Wow. That punch looked like it could have caved in a mountain, and Superman took it.
Big deal. The spud was too slow and stupid to duck. Doomsday kicks Superman in the stomach. He flies through the house and out the other side, breaking a tree when he hits it. Get down! Unbelievable. I don't know if I've ever been hit that hard. Doomsday slams Booster Gold into another tree. Ooh. No. Where's the rest of the League? He decimates the house with one punch.
Ma! Why? Why are you doing this to our house? What do you want from us?
Doomsday punches the unconscious Ice, then raises his fist above the mother and her baby.
Ha!
No, not my baby! Please, not my baby!
Back off! Superman appears and punches him back, giving him a chance to escape. Get your family out of here, miss. I'll cover your escape as long as I can. You won't have to do it alone, Soups. The cavalry's on the scene.
What's the matter, Blue? Is that guy too tough even for you?
Guys, that monster might be too tough for all of us.
No way, babe. I say we hit him with everything we got. All of our powers in a combined, concentrated effort. Do it! All the heroes prepare to fire their energy beams at Doomsday. Pour it on!
Can't see. There's somebody there to point my ring at the sucker's ugly face.
Done. Give it everything you got. And this dude will find out what kind of trouble he buys when he takes on the JLA. 5 streams of energy pour onto the monster.
You heard Superman. We have to get out of here. And we can't leave this poor woman in the line of fire. Wow. Guy Gardner's face is beaten so puffy he can't even see. And he's still in there fighting. Cool.
Amazing. I can't even see him anymore, but I think he's still standing.
Don't stand there blabbing, Blue. Just turn up the juice.
Getting tired.
Ignore it, Fire. Just keep pushing.
No, my flame is totally spent. Can't go anymore.
Same here.
My power cells are shot, drained, and without my suit's powers, I'm about as powerful as Pee Wee Herman.
Okay, let's give it a rest. After all this, there's no way Doomsday can still be standing.
I think you may be mistaken.
When the smoke clears, Doomsday is still standing, and now both of his arms are free.
Incredible! He took all that energy without missing a beat. Fire, you, Guy Gardner, and Booster are no longer able to defend yourselves.
Hey,
I suggest you all withdraw and let Superman and me handle this monstrosity.
No time, gang. Doomsday's coming! Doomsday springs forward, grabbing Booster by the neck and knocking the heroes away with every other limb.
His speed!
Ah! Look out!
ugh. Where is he? Ugh.
With power cells gone, I'm in deep trouble. Force field gone. Doomsday punches Booster and slams his head into a tree branch. He's faster than Flash. Can't get... No! Doomsday slams Booster's head in a car door.
What is that thing? Can't fight, but I can at least help you. But what about Bat? What is it? Maybe a robot or something from another dimension. Whatever. He's deadly.
Can't see. I can hear the bones breaking. Got a point, blast, and hope.
Huh?
Ha.
Doomsday throws Booster into Guy.
Two front defensive, now! I shall blast this horror. My eye beams.
He backhands Superman and Bloodwind, causing the latter's eye beams to strafe the area.
No!
Mitch barely dodges them as they set the house rubble aflame.
Jeez, bad enough this monster trashing us. The Justice League doesn't have to help. Oh God, if that blaze has gotten to one of the gas lines in the house.
What's left of the house explodes.
Cripes. Tora? Tora? Ah!
The blaze burns out of control and the blast has knocked out the remaining heroes.
Where is everybody? Ma? You okay? Ma? So, much smoke. Can't breathe. Can't.
No. No way is that maniac escaping me.
Doomsday leaps away and Superman chases after him.
I don't know who or what exactly this Doomsday thing is, but I'll beat the answer out of him if I have to. He doesn't appear to have any magical powers, so I won't have to worry about that.
Please, Superman, you just gotta hear me.
That boy I saw, I can hear him calling, but I have to ignore it. I'm so close.
Help us, please.
If I let Doomsday get away, there's no telling what devastation he'll be responsible for. Much as it pains me, I have to stay with him and block out that plea for help.
Please, Superman, you just gotta come back. Please.
Starting here, each issue's panels per page will form a countdown. This issue has 4 panels per page, the next will have 3, and so on. It makes the action seem to get larger as we approach the climax of the fight, and was a really clever touch. Superman chases Doomsday, flying after the leaping monster. This is totally nuts. I come home from school, get into another fight with Ma, and then all at once the freaking Justice League crashes down on us, along with something called Doomsday. The house is a disaster area. Flames are everywhere. That Doomsday guy did it all, and just booked out of here with Superman on his tail. Can't hardly believe Guy Gardner got so busted up. Those two babes, Ice and Fire, might be dead. Can't tell from here. Or from the sound of things about 20 feet away, where our family room used to be, that Booster Gold must wish he was croaked. Superman catches up to Doomsday and clobbers him. I can hear my ma calling out to me, and I answer her, but I can't help her or my baby sister. Through the thick black smoke, I see Superman up in the sky. I hear the sound of his fists all over Doomsday. Please, God, let him hear my cries for help. Under fire. No one else can help. The sirens are too far off. They'll never reach us in time. Seems like this whole deal's been going on for hours. Well, it's probably only been minutes. Mitch, it's no use. I've got to do something. Smoke's too thick. Ma's got to hold tight. I've got to yell louder. He's got to hear me. Superman, please, you gotta help us. My ma's trapped. Please. I hear you, kid. I just thought one of the Leaguers might be able to. Damn, Gardner and the rest are unconscious. I've got to get back down there. They're so high up, but it looks like... That's it. He's looking this way. He sees me. Doomsday lands, jumping back up at the Man of Steel, punching him in midair. Shoot, that sounded like thunder. Soup's gotta shake that Doomsday crud before he can do us any good. This creature's fast and strong, but it seems to leap rather than fly. So long as I can hold tight, it's at my mercy where inertia's involved. Superman dives with Doomsday into the lake. I've got to force this thing far enough into the lake's silt, and hope it's soft enough to keep him from using it to propel himself for a few minutes. I just pray I've still got time to help that family. Oh, mercy! Don't let it be the sound of those beams giving way.
Hope is not lost. Not while Bloodwind still stands.
Bloodwind rushes in to support the falling beams. I don't know where you came from, mister, but thank God you're here. Superman flies in and saves the family.
You and your child should also thank Superman. Bloodwind, are you okay? You took quite a beating. All the Leaguers did, but this guy keeps surprising me with his resiliency.
Superman? What about my son, Mitch?
He's down there with the EMS crew, miss.
They did it! They saved my mom and my baby sister!
You should go to the hospital. You all took in a lot of smoke.
Guy, lie still.
How about it, fella? Let's have a look at you.
No, I desire no medical treatment. I wish to be alone. Odd, Bloodwind's teleported rather than seek treatment.
Don't struggle. What is it?
Guy Gardner tugs on Superman's cape.
Don't wuss out, Boy Scout. Put this Doomsday guy in a pine box, or I'll crawl off of this Gertie and kick both of your butts.
I'll take care of things, Guy. You just let the doctors help you. You there, have your local hospital contact Maxwell Lord in New York City for these folks' medical records.
Superman leaps into the sky.
Now to see if this Doomsday is still where I left him. The question is, how do I restrain him when the combined force of the Justice League couldn't do it?
Doomsday bursts from the water, leaping at a helicopter.
Holy, that's a target down there, Ralph. It's coming up fast, but our weapon system locked on. Commencing launch of Hellfires.
He smashes through the chopper.
Mayday! Mayday! The missiles are running wild!
Superman flies in and catches one of the missiles.
Gee, does this monster just live to destroy or what? Let's help this missile hit its target while I attend to those two airmen.
He throws the missile at Doomsday.
Got him. And while Mr. Destructo's in freefall, I better round up those other two errant missiles.
At the Kirby County Police Station.
Something tore up a stretch of property out on Route 110, Rusty. Lowell said a bunch of folk, including some of the Justice League, being rushed to the hospital.
Should I crank up the civil defense siren, Chief? Maybe we should get everyone into their basements. Say, you hear that? Kind of a cartoon sound a bomb made just before it... Mother of pearl! Doomsday crashes into a police car outside. Chief? I think I'm gonna need a bigger gun. Say, there's that sound again. Superman follows, smashing both feet into the creature. The globes are off, Doomsday. I'm tired of treading lightly. Doomsday punches Superman back out of the concrete. Hot damn! Those good old boys are tearing up Main Street. I get the governor on the phone. Doomsday leaps, grabbing Kryptonian by his head.
Ugh. Is it possible that this guy's getting stronger?
Look, Mr. Vice Lieutenant Governor, I'm telling you this is going to be more than just a local emergency. If you don't get the blasted National Guard here ASAP.
The fighters crash through the wall of the radio room.
Mother of mercy, you hear that, you tin-horn bureaucrat?
This is Blue Leader. Target sighted and we're ready for a run. Over. Blue Leader, approach with extreme caution. We've already lost one chopper to this thing. Over. We hear you, Control. Over and out. Another attack helicopter fires on Doomsday. Doomsday grabs the traffic light and spears the helicopter. This Bubba's taking everything the Changeling's raining on him with a smile. What the? We've been hit. No, we've been speared. Backup control says not going to do squat with Bubba down there directing our flight. Doomsday hurls the chopper away. Holy! No time to bail! Mayday! Mayday! Superman barely rescues the pilots at super speed before it crashes. Huh? Who's that?
Relax, soldier. You and your co-pilot are going to be okay. No, I don't think this town city hall will be open for business anytime soon. Now, excuse me, guys, but there are a dozen people trapped in that wreckage who need my help.
Stand there in the destruction and revel in it, warrior. Your motives are unclear as yet, but if it is battle you crave, I, Maxima, am pleased to oblige.
Lois collects Jimmy from a taping of his new Turtle Boy show because Perry has ordered them to cover Superman's fight with the monster. The news reports 30 dead in Doomsday's wake as he cuts a path of destruction across the country from Ohio towards New York. Lex Luthor II and Supergirl are watching as well, and while she wants to go and help, Lex convinces her to stay where she is in case the creature gets to Metropolis.
By the house of Almerac, you still stand, eh? You will bow down before me, creature!
Maxima sends Doomsday flying into a grocery store.
Maxima? What on earth? There's bound to be people in that store.
There are always innocent victims in battle. Do not dare to impugn me, Superman.
Look, just think before you swing, okay, princess? We can't quarrel amongst our...
Doomsday charges into them as they argue.
Ugh.
Superman grapples with Doomsday.
Ugh. Hurry, Maxima. Hit him with everything you... got. I can't hold it.
When Maxima swings, Doomsday ducks and she slugs Superman.
How can he move so fast? He'll not catch me by surprise again.
He knocks her away. Doomsday slams a van onto Maxima. She shreds the vehicle.
Your onslaught does little but stimulate me, creature. Maxima welcomes this, for only when a warrior faces death can a conflict be deemed truly worthy.
Maxie's reveling in this, and Doomsday doesn't seem to be slowing down much.
Superman kicks Doomsday into a gas pump.
I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. For the time being, I'd better worry about all this gasoline gushing up.
Hold him tight, Kryptonian. Maxima will not miss again.
Maxima, that light pole's going to spark.
Maxima pulls up a light pole. I saw the thick black smoke from a mile away. I didn't need the sophisticated tracking equipment I had at my fingertips. I simply followed the smoke. Nothing could have prepared me for the sight that greeted me. The town's main street was devastated with debris strewn everywhere. It was as if a hurricane had swept through, and in a way, one had. The media had a name for it. Doomsday. Superman, Fred, can you hear me?
Guardian?
Was all this necessary? This destruction?
Maxima.
She's starting to stir. I think she'll be okay. Wasn't there some other way?
Ugh, there always is. But that doesn't alter the fact that I've still got to stop him. And now I realize I have to do it alone. A battle that has raged across half the nation since midday has left several members of Justice League America seriously injured. The Blue Beetle is reported to be comatose, and Booster Gold seriously injured. Following... One moment. This just handed me. The village of Griffith in upstate Kirby County was rocked by an explosion moments ago as Superman and Maxima fought to stop the creature, dubbed Doomsday, whose rampage has broken the JLA and left a trail of death and destruction behind it. Despite their efforts, however, the creature is reportedly still on the loose. Civil defense units in cities all along the eastern seaboard are on alert as authorities try to determine if Doomsday is near.
Doomsday. Must stop. Doomsday.
Please, Maxima, take it slow and easy. You've suffered a pretty serious concussion. Sorry I didn't get here sooner, Superman.
I doubt that you could have helped us avoid this, Guardian. We've never faced anything quite like this before. Maxima's right. Doomsday must be stopped. He's a threat to every living thing. But she's in no condition to deal with him. Get her to a hospital, Guardian. I'll stop Doomsday, if it's the last thing I do.
Superman takes to the skies, following the path of destruction.
My God, look at that. Tracking Doomsday is like following the path of a tornado. There's utter devastation everywhere he touches down. There are a half-dozen major urban centers in this region. Over 25 million human lives endangered by that monster. I wish I knew where Doomsday came from. I've never seen anything, on Earth or off it, to equal him for sheer brute strength. It was painful to see what he'd done to Guy Gardner.
Doomsday collapses an overpass and a truck goes over the new edge.
If anything, he's more single-minded than Draga was, and he seems even more irrational than Lobo, if that's possible. Doomsday tears through the truck. And there's a frightening thought. Lobo's given me a hard time more than once, but Lobo's power, his rage, doesn't begin to compare to Doomsday's. There's no discernible pattern to his movements.
My God, the overpass has collapsed. What's that coming out? No, can't stop in time. I'm gonna hit him.
Doomsday throws the man's car high into the sky.
Huh? How did he? Oh my God, I don't believe this. I'm flying?
He just seems to wander from place to place, attacking whatever catches his eye.
This can't be happening. I must be dreaming. That's it. I've dozed off at the wheel. Gotta wake up before I have an accident. Wake up, Charlie. Wow, must be nearly a mile up. Everything looks so pretty from up here. So real. What is the matter with me? Wake up already. Feels like we're slowing down. Oh my God, the car's tipping backwards. This is no dream. I'm gonna die.
Superman catches the car. It's okay, I've got you.
You got me. Sure.
Poor guy, he must be hysterical. Sir, don't be afraid. Everything's going to be all right. I'm Superman.
Superman? I hope you're real. Otherwise, I know I'm dead.
No chance of that, sir. Keep talking. And take long, slow, deep breaths. Don't go into shock on me now. I've been searching for the creature which must have attacked you. Can you remember anything about him? Anything at all?
Creature? Yeah. He was big. Came right at me. He grabbed hold of my car and just threw it. It happened so fast. Didn't seem real at first. What is he, Superman?
I wish I knew. He came from out of nowhere, destroying things at random, apparently for the sheer hell of it.
Then, yeah, it must have been him that collapsed the overpass.
Overpass? Damn, I don't see any survivors among the wreckage. Looks like there's dozens of chain reaction fender benders up and down both highways. Lots of minor injuries there. Ah, there's a state trooper on the scene. Good. And I hear rescue vehicles on the way. Oh no!
What's wrong? What do you see?
More trouble. Terrible trouble. I'm needed. I'll set you down near that state trooper. Tell her to call for more rescue teams. We'll need them at the shopping plaza on the northwest side of Midvale.
Doomsday has destroyed a Lexmark parking lot and smashed his way into the store when he is distracted by a wrestler yelling at him from a big screen TV.
Hey, you! Yeah, I'm talking to you. Come closer. You don't want to miss a single moment of the greatest spectacle in the history of professional wrestling. I'm talking tag teams. I'm talking steel cages. I'm talking knockdown, drag out, grudge matches. I'm talking about War Bash 9000 this weekend at the Metropolis Arena. I'm Major Mayhem, troopers, and I'm out for blood. I'm taking on the mighty Gorilla, Ugly Ben Studley, and the masked Bone Crusher, and I will prevail. This time, it's war. Pro wrestling as you've never seen it before this weekend at Metropolis Arena, Metropolis Arena, Metropolis Arena. Now, where you gonna go? Metropolis.
Doomsday!
Huh?
He pounds on Doomsday with his fists.
Holy, what was that?
I think the red and blue blur is Superman. I don't want to know what the other thing is.
Superman flies Doomsday into a truck on the loading dock.
Answer, you two. We gotta evacuate this loading dock. On the double.
Doomsday counterattacks Superman, the advantage going back and forth.
Oh, this is insane. I swear, the harder I fight, the more Doomsday likes it. He's been fighting most of the day, but he still seems as eager and as strong as ever. If he has energy reserves as extensive as mine, I may be in trouble. Huh? Copters. The one in the lead of the Daily Planet's flying newsroom. Oh, Lord, and Lois and Jimmy are on board. I hope the pilot keeps his distance.
That's Doomsday? Wow, he's a big one. Very big. Be careful, Clark. The Midvale Lexmark stood in ruins as Superman struggled with the mysterious creature. End of paragraph. Their battle raged on across the rear lot of a fast food restaurant where, oh my god! Where Doomsday hurled a parked bus at the Man of Steel, knocking him through the side of a building.
Look out!
What?
Incoming! Everybody down!
Aha! At least the bus was empty, but all those people inside the restaurant. Hope they're all right. Gotta pull myself together. Gotta end this.
Doomsday sees a road sign for Metropolis.
Aha! Huh? Metropolis. Metropolis. Warpath. Oh no. No! He remembers that stupid commercial. He's making a connection.
Superman fights even harder, socking the monster and trying to subdue him.
60 miles might as well be 60 paces to this monster. I can't let him get any closer. I can't.
Jeez, Superman must have gotten a second wind or something. I've never seen him fight so hard. Neither have I, Jimmy. Next paragraph. Taking advantage of the creature's momentary distraction, Superman redoubled his efforts.
Gotta keep him off balance and avoid his reach. He must weigh close to a ton. Gotta use that weight. Build up enough momentum.
Superman spins Doomsday in a circle.
To hurl him away from here. Away from Metropolis.
He throws Doomsday high into the air.
Doomsday's taken everything I've dished out so far. Maybe slamming into the hills at a few hundred miles per hour will soften him up. I hope so. This is one time I could really use some help, and the JLA is incapacitated. I'm surprised the young Lex Luthor hasn't sent Supergirl to help. By now he surely knows about Doomsday smashing his store. Lex II is a more active type than his father was. I'd half expect him to lead a Team Luthor squadron up here himself. Of course, if his father were still alive, I'd have half expected the old man to have engineered this Doomsday monster. I don't know if I can catch up with him, Miss Lane. Not as fast as they're going.
Just do your best, Garrett. Metropolis isn't that far. I'll bet Superman's trying to keep Doomsday away from the city.
Well, he's headed in the right direction. Not much to worry about there. No one's allowed much up into those hills. Even a lot of the airspace is restricted. Doomsday lands high in the wooded hills where, unbeknownst to most, Project Cadmus lies buried deep under the earth. Superman follows Doomsday to where he's landed in the habitat, a huge city made of trees grown with wood as hard as steel. Luckily, it's been abandoned, and the two pound each other through it.
Damn, he's still conscious. Another second he'll be back on his feet. I can't allow him that second. Gotta pound him, and keep pounding him.
Alarms go off at Cadmus and the Guardian responds. Jim Harper was a cop in his lifetime in the 40s, but after being cloned by Cadmus, he serves as Metropolis' shield-bearing guardian.
This, is not getting any easier. Just hitting Doomsday hurts, and he doesn't seem to have weakened one iota. This is just wearing me down. Gotta change my tactics. Maybe if I hit him with something. Yeah, something big. These support columns may be organic, but their heart is tempered steel.
Superman smashes a giant tree into Doomsday.
Worth a try.
The tree city destabilizes, collapsing around the two fighters.
Guardian, where'd you come from? Where's Doomsday?
Buried under what's left of habitat. You barely got out of it yourself. You took some terrible hits in the collapse. Why didn't you fly out of it?
Too wasted. Need to rest as soon as I make sure Doomsday's stopped.
Relax, you got him that time.
Hope so. I'd have to be certain. Hard to see through the ruins. Eyes won't focus. Oh no!
Doomsday kicks free of the rubble, knocking down and burying Metropolis' two guardians.
Metropolis.
Doomsday leaps away. Guardian, we were cut off for a moment. Can you read me? We detect another shock. Don't, two more shocks. What's going on there? Guardian? Guardian! Dr. Rodriguez, this is security. Select scan radar has just confirmed the apparent launch of an object somewhat larger than man-sized from the wild area. It's headed south-southeast at approximately half the speed of sound. Good Lord! Metropolis, 50 miles. Patch me through to the Metropolis Civil Defense Command, now! We have to warn those poor people. Doomsday is coming! The monster called Doomsday abandoned the furrow of destruction he plowed through Ohio and western New York State and headed in 10-mile leaps toward the East Coast and Metropolis. End of paragraph.
What is it?
I don't know. Just run!
Metropolis. It said Metropolis.
Doomsday murders workers at a Metropolis construction site.
Metropolis? Lois, you sighted him yet?
Negative, Fran. The planet's chopper is chasing Doomsday as fast as it can. Cat Grant's WGPS chopper is accompanying us. But Superman is on the creature's tail. He throws the worker into a steel beam. Keep your head down, Fran. If our calculations are right, that monster must be reaching Metropolis about now. Superman slammed into Doomsday's back.
Forget it, Doomsday. Your rampage stops here.
Doomsday is here.
Huh?
We've got him, Fran. New paragraph. Doomsday's rampage in Park Ridge was cut short when Superman grabbed the monster, rocketing him away from Metropolis toward the vacuum of space. End of paragraph.
If he knows what's good for him, he'll stay there.
I hope so, Joe. Doomsday's probably the deadliest foe Superman's ever faced. Man, this must be my lucky year. Those are some of the best shots I've ever gotten. Don't sweat it, Lois. He's Superman, right? He's gotta be okay.
Guardian, are you all right?
Double X, what happened?
Doomsday smashed habitat. You were felled by the rubble.
And Superman?
Even now, he battles the creature.
I'm afraid Doomsday's too big for Superman to handle alone.
Doomsday may be one of ours, Guardian. A DN alien. A Cadmus, Dabney Donovan creation.
Try to mind read the creature, Dub. Find out. I just pray that Cadmus isn't responsible for the damage that monster's caused. Doomsday kicks free of Superman.
Creature's agile as it is strong. Twisted away. Couldn't hold him. Kicked me. Can't breathe. There is nothing in his mind but anger.
That's our son, Jonathan. He's being beaten to a pulp. And those TV reporters are treating it like entertainment.
Clark is our boy, Ma. But to the world, he's Superman. It's not that they're callous. At least, they don't mean to be. It's just, they don't think anything bad can really happen to him.
Superman rises out of the rubble.
Better finish this quick, if I'm gonna live to finish it at all. Got away again. How to find him? Shouldn't be hard to follow his path of destruction.
Doomsday falls through to Underworld. His fall frees some captives, but when they attempt to thank their benefactor, he only repays them with swift death. Superman finds Doomsday.
It was as easy to find him as I thought it would be. Unfortunately, all I had to do was look for the rubble. What's that? Smells like a gas main's been ruptured here. All you underworlders, get back! Fast and far as you can! Doomsday leaps but doesn't fly. As long as I have him off the ground, I have some advantage.
He grabs the monster from behind and rises with him again.
Stop squirming, damn you! This time you're not kicking free of me!
Doomsday's foot catches an electric line and sparks a massive explosion. I can tell your viewers, Miss Anderson, that Lex Luthor doesn't know what Doomsday is or where he came from, but it has become increasingly obvious why he is here. The creature has a grudge against Superman.
Oh, Lex, do you really think so?
Seems probable, doesn't it, love? I'm loath to ask, but does Metropolis need a champion who draws such negative attention? Does Superman's presence here cause more harm than good?
I think Doomsday may be more than Superman can handle alone. Don't be annoyed, Lex, but I have to help him.
Very generous, love. Indeed, I agree with you. Metropolis must be preserved. In the air, Doomsday stabs his elbow bones into Superman's ribs.
Ah! Can't hold on!
And he drops him. Supergirl picks up the attack by flying into Doomsday as Superman falls.
Don't worry, Superman. I have him. My lord in heaven, he's thrown off Superman. What is that creature?
I suspect it's a Doomsday weapon, Mildred. Left behind by Warworld to decimate the Earth in case their swarm failed. You finally got this laser cannon shoved up on the roof of your lab, Professor Ham. So let's use it. As soon as Supergirl gets out of the way, Bibbo, you and Mildred keep your force field belts buckled tight. When the creature feels the blast, he's going to be angry.
Doomsday punches through Supergirl's head, and she reverts to her base protoplasmic state.
Never seen a creature this powerful. Must be some kind of alien.
Supergirl's down, Professor. Hit him now.
We did it! We got him! Hamilton fires his laser, blasting Doomsday and hurting him, but as he falls onto the rooftop, he destroys the machine as the operators escape. Superman again digs out of the rubble.
Another gas main must have been ruptured, setting off a series of explosions all around me in Hobbs Bay. Legs feel like jelly.
Help, Superman, help!
It's Keith and Myra at the orphanage.
He blocks Keith and Myra from the flames.
Ugh, not good for much, but still make a pretty good shield.
Superman, I knew he'd come. But Myra, what is that Doomsday monster? Did somebody build him? Like a giant Frankenstein?
I don't know, baby. From the way he's behaving, I'd say he's the devil incarnate, ushering in the end of the world. Captain Maggie Sawyer and Inspector Dan Turpin lead the Metropolis Special Crime Unit in firing their plasma rifles at Doomsday, but to no effect. He easily smashes the cops and throws Dan down the street.
Yow!
He is caught by Superman.
Superman! Get Maggie and the SC unit out of the way, Turpin. On the double. Not sure I can make a dent in Doomsday's hide. He's already made several in mine.
Superman punches Doomsday in the jaw as Doomsday slashes his ribs.
Hit him with everything I've got. Hope that, despite his apparent toughness, he's feeling as chipped around the edges as I am.
A squad of flying men arrive to attack Doomsday.
Visual sighting confirmed, sir. Doomsday's right below us. Open fire! Cadmus's weapons experts swear these shock cannons will do the trick. Let's hope they're right. They keep moving. What do they do the trick on Superman? That's a chance we'll have to take, soldier. Seems like even Superman can't stop that thing alone.
Superman and Doomsday trade blows toe to toe in the streets of Metropolis.
Your rampage ends here, Doomsday. Even if it kills me, Metropolis is where I hold the line.
The battle has devastated the better part of America, leaving a path of destruction almost as long. Earth's mightiest heroes have already fallen under Doomsday's murderous blitzkrieg. Only one hope, one man remains. Superman grapples with Doomsday.
It stops here, mister. This insanity ends in Metropolis. Focus your fire on the creature. The weapon boys at Project Cadmus say these shock cannons can take out a tank.
Move in closer. We're broadcasting this live.
Doomsday pounds Superman into the street.
How can we handle this guy when Superman can't? This really might be
Doomsday. Doomsday lifts Superman high above his head.
Have to move faster. Match Doomsday's speed, or I'm done.
He throws Superman into a shock trooper at a helicopter.
Look out!
Too late, Miss Lane. Our hydraulic cable just been sheared in half. Blast. All these onlookers and choppers are complicating matters by getting in the way.
It's getting nasty here, Miss Grant. We better back off. No way! We are not going to miss the story of the century.
Superman carries Lois's chopper to safety.
Man, I don't believe this. I may be getting the greatest pictures ever, but it's costing us half the city. Superman, are you all right? You look so...
I'd like to get you two as far from danger as possible, but I just don't have the time. No telling how many lives Doomsday could take while I'm gone.
He's shrugging off that cannon fire like it was nothing. He's unstoppable. Please, maybe you should retreat and get help. If Jimmy is right...
Too late, Lois. The JLA has already fallen, and there are too many innocents in jeopardy right now. It's up to me.
Clark,
Just remember, no matter what happens, I'll always love you. Always.
Clark kisses Lois for what might be the last time.
But now, Doomsday gets his.
Wait, come back. Please come back.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen the big guy so fired up.
Superman charges back into battle. He slams into Doomsday with all his might.
Nobody tears apart my city and gets away with it. I don't know what hole you crawled out of, or where you came from, but I'm sending you back.
Superman charges Doomsday through a building and into a bus.
Can you believe that? If this keeps up, we won't have a city left. Stay close so we can keep up the broadcast. The whole country will want to see Superman kick this creep's butt.
I want to keep firing, but it's impossible. They're moving too fast.
Doomsday drives Superman headfirst deep into the concrete.
Baha! Can't. Ooh!
Stay back, Miss Lane. We don't need to get that close to get a decent picture. We can't worry about pictures. Superman is in trouble, and I intend to help him.
Lois approaches the downed hero.
I don't think we're going to get that chance. Grizzly coming this way. Move while you can, Jimmy. I'll distract him while you run.
Clark's fist punches through the rubble. Superman drives his fist into Doomsday's back.
Enough, Doomsday. If you want to get your hands on my friends, you're going to have to kill me first.
What is he? What does he want?
He wants destruction and death. To stop him, I have to be every bit as ferocious, as unrelenting as he is.
He blasts Doomsday with the full intensity of his heat vision.
But you can't. He wants to kill, and you can't.
Doomsday hits Superman's chin with his knee spike.
Bony protrusions, so sharp. He cut me. I'm hurt bad. Can barely stay conscious.
Doomsday presses the attack, punching Superman with his clawed knuckles.
Must take him down. Now. Those bones are just extensions of his skeleton.
Superman holds Doomsday's fist as he stomps on a knee bone, snapping it off.
Yes, I finally managed to hurt him.
Superman and Doomsday punch each other with everything they have left in front of the Daily Planet building.
They hit each other so hard the windows are shattering. Watch out for falling glass.
Exhausted, but I have to keep fighting until I drop. Or he does. This is it. Looks like we're both betting everything we've got on this one. For Lois and Jimmy, for this entire city, I've got to put this guy away while I still can.
Superman charges at Doomsday, fists locked for one final blow as Doomsday rushes to meet him. Like weary boxers who have gone the distance, the combatants collide in one last, explosive effort. In the years to come, a few witnesses will tell of the power of these final punches, that they could literally feel the shockwaves. Others will remember the enormous crater that resulted from the sheer force of the blows. But most will remember this sad day as the day the proudest, most noble man they ever knew finally fell.
No.
For those who loved him, one who would call him husband, one who would be his pal, or those who would call him son, this is the darkest day they could ever imagine. They raised him to be a hero, to know the value of sacrifice, to know the value of life. And for those who served with Superman in the protection of all life, comes the shock of failure, the weight of being too late to help.
We didn't make it in time.
He must survive. It cannot end like this. But it will. For a city to live, a man had given his all and more.
Please hang on. The paramedics will be here any second. Please.
Doomsday. Is he...
You stopped him. You saved us all. Now relax until...
But it's too late. For this is the day that a Superman died. Superman, Death of a Legend. Sadly, there's little more to be done for Superman, but my compatriot Ice may still live, if I can transport her to a nearby hospital.
Lois? We're not going to take this Bloodwind guy's word for it that Superman's dead, are we?
That kid's right, Maggie. I never even heard of him before all this.
He's alive, Turpin. He's gotta be.
It saddens me, but I must concur with Bloodwind. I've been scanning Superman's mind, and there's nothing there. No brainwave activity. Nothing.
Oh, man. If Superman's really dead, we better pray to God he put this Doomsday thing down for keeps. I'm gonna poke it with my gun. You guys cover me, okay? Doesn't look like it's breathing, but hey, maybe it never needed to. Stand back. Did it move?
Maggie Sawyer, order your special crimes unit to back away from the creature Doomsday.
It moved. Put a lid on it, Champley. This crowd doesn't need any more excitement. Now what do you propose, mister?
You don't remember me? Well, I am Double X, and among my psychokinetic abilities is the power to read minds.
Well?
Before it was filled with rage, anger. Now there is nothing.
Let me go! Why are you all just standing there? We've got to do something to bring Superman back! Lois, even Double X says he's dead. Superman's an alien, for crying out loud! We know his body differs from ours! He also hasn't exhibited any signs of life since he collapsed. As harsh as this sounds, we've got to face facts, Lois. Kat's right. We can't do anything. Maybe Star Labs has medical equipment that could... Damn it! Somebody's got to do something! We owe the man more than this! She's got a point. We're all standing around planning his funeral.
Captain Sawyer, get a few medics over here to help. Guardian attempts to force air into Superman's lungs.
Ugh, his lungs are like steel tanks. All I've got doesn't even get a rise out of his chest. Here come the EMS guys, Lois.
Anything? He's not breathing, but beyond that, it's hard to tell. Being invulnerable is going to make any injection or an IV impossible. No discernible pulse. Ready with the defibrillator? The EMT readies the paddles. Okay, clear.
Ah, Turpin, you old grunt. How many fellow cops have you seen cut down in the line of duty? It was never supposed to happen to him, though. Eh? What in blazes? Someone burnt to a crisp.
Dan Turpin finds Supergirl in her protoplasmic form.
Nah, this looks like a mass of scar tissue.
Am I near him? Near Superman?
Mother of mercy, it's alive! Right, you big lummox. You're acting like a blamed rookie.
I'll take care of her, Officer Turpin.
Well, I'll be. Here I am making a monkey out of myself in front of young Lex Luthor himself. You want me to get a medic?
I wouldn't know where to begin with my Supergirl, mate. Lex picks up Supergirl and carries her home.
We'll make it all better, my love.
I crawled here to try to help Superman, but it hurt so much.
No one can help him now, but we can help you.
We've set the voltage to the highest level, and we're still coming up with zip. It's true. I mean, if we could arrange to have him hit by lightning or something, even that may not do the trick. Sawyer, any luck with Star Labs?
Afraid not, Guardian. The city of Metropolis has been declared a federal disaster area. Communications are a total mess. Doomsday did a lot of damage before he took that 10 count.
We keep this defib up, we're gonna melt the paddles. And melt the blasted paddles, but keep at it!
Hey, chill out. I was only joking.
We won't stop till an MD takes over for us.
Let's let them do their work, Lois. What that medic said about a doctor? Superman never went to a physician. Oh, I think Kitty Faulkner at Star Labs has examined him in the past. I'm thinking of the doc who treated him when Bloodsport shot him with that kryptonite bullet some time ago. And then again when the forearm terror struck. Dr. Sanchez, Metro General. Yes, somebody should contact Dr. Sanchez. Can't you call up Clark and have him get Lois away from all this? Gosh, that's right. Clark, I hadn't thought this through. Dear God, what about his folks? Did they see their son die on TV? I'm surprised Mr. Kent, Clark isn't here already. The whole world must have watched this mess via satellite. Burp, burp. Miss Grant, the remote line's all set, and GBS will cut into programming when you're ready. Speaking of TV... Lois, look, this is going to seem rough, but you've got to snap out of this daze you're in.
Kat shakes Lois out of her trance.
You're a reporter, a darn good one. This story needs to be told by you. Now we've all got our job to do. You're right. That's the Lois Lane I know. I guess that was directed at me, too. I got a whole roll of pictures that Perry will want to see.
Metropolis is still in a state of shock over the apparent death of their champion. Again, a source close to the battle site had confirmed that no brain activity was detected in the Man of Steel.
Fool doesn't know what he's talking about.
What if they're right?
We keep on praying to the good Lord for our boy, Ma.
Jonathan holds Martha close. Back at LexCorp Tower, Supergirl transforms mostly back into herself, choosing to wear her bruises as a tribute to Superman's sacrifice. Doomsday's body is lifted up to be taken away.
Imagine doing this without the anti-gravity test we put underneath Doomsday here. You boys look military, but if someone doesn't lay some paperwork on me, I'm gonna order my guys to shoot.
Spill your guts, Pally. You a spook?
CIA? Not quite. Let's just say we're on the same side, you and me. We are authorized to take both Superman and the body of Doomsday.
Over my dead body, Slick. Show me some paper on it.
My agency doesn't do paper. Guardian tells him to release Superman into my custody.
Perhaps we could resuscitate him at Cadmus?
No, I don't trust his motives, Double X. Give me the use of the power platform to jolt Superman's heart, Westfield.
Only on the condition that if it fails, you'll help me put these two cowboys in their place.
What are you getting at, pal? Miss Sawyer's a lady, bozo. I oughta...
Dan, let me. Give the Guardian those power platforms and leave everything where it is.
You just bought yourself a lot of trouble, lady. We're wasting time. And I hesitate to call a cigar-smoking chick a lady. Give me your badge number.
That tears it.
Turpin, no, he's out of Cadmus.
Like I care.
Turpin socks Westfield in the gut.
And forget the badge number. Just remember Dan Turpin. Turpin. The boys call me terrible, though I don't know why.
Emo Hamilton arrives with a larger power source for the paddles, and Superman's pal, Bibbo, wearing a force field belt, volunteers to operate them.
I'm ready, sir. I'm gonna do it. Hand me them paddles. I owe it to Superman. On account of he was my favorite.
This Bibbo wears one of your force field devices? Yes, it'll protect him from electrocution. Guardian, I'm ready when you are. Let's bring the man back, folks. Force field up, Bibowski.
Gotcha, Harper. I'm ready for the first round.
Are you certain you know what you're getting into, Bibbo?
No one's gonna miss a pug like me if things go bad.
You're a good man, Bibowski. All right, get those paddles ready.
No, Professor. No.
Do it! Do it now, you son of a...
Did you catch that? Superman's body jumped. Do you think...
Anything would jump with that much voltage pumped through it.
Bibbo lies some distance away. My eyes must be playing tricks on me. I thought he twitched. One of you tend to Bibbo while I ready the paddles for another jolt. Superman's condition is unchanged. There is no brain activity.
I can go another round. Let me rest up a bit.
Try it again, Professor Hamilton. I'll step in for Bibowski. I invented this force field belt, you know. It'll protect the user as well as the paddles. And Bibbo left the field down a half second too long. I'll do it. Is your Cadmus friend ready? Yep. Okie dokie. Clear.
Damn. It ain't working.
It's just so awful. I mean, the way everyone's crawling over everyone else to be the first to officially pronounce Superman dead. You'd think they were happy he died, to save them all from a slow news day. Even Cat Grant's doing it. Makes me want to puke. We lost a friend, Mr. White. A good friend.
That we did, Jimmy. We owe it to him to honor his memories, son.
You know these pictures I took when Superman collapsed? I almost feel like destroying the negatives because using them seems like a violation of my friendship with him.
Olsen, one of these photos will serve to remind this city, no, the world, of the tremendous sacrifice one man made. His passing has left a great void in all of us, but we're still journalists, and we've got a paper to publish. Think of what Lois is going through. Clark Kent is among the hundreds missing in the wake of Doomsday's destruction.
Gosh, I guess you're right. She was pretty emotional over Superman dying, but Clark's her fiancé. Excuse me. My story's finished, Perry. Come on, Lois. I'll walk you home. Thanks. I'd like that.
I'll take Jimmy's photo down to compositing, Mr. White. Great, Ronald.
I can't speak for the rest of you, but I never really thought he could die. He cheated death so many times. It's hard to imagine never seeing his face or hearing his voice again, or taking his easygoing nature for granted. Don't worry, Lois. Mr. Kent will turn up. You just watch. You know how lucky he's always been. His luck ran out when Superman died.
Well, let's not jump the gun. But if it is so, we'll make damn sure to keep both of their memories alive. I swear it. Grieving. People who were alive in 1965 can tell you exactly where they were and what they were doing the day John Kennedy was shot. And even though it was much longer ago, the same can be said of the day FDR died. Today is one of those days. For this is the day that a Superman has died. For those who knew him, fought beside him, loved him, it is the worst day they've ever seen. At least Doomsday seems lifeless as well.
What difference does it make? It's not worth the price. Not worth the price.
Lois holds Superman's lifeless body in her arms.
Oh, no. Please. No. Superman was the proudest, most courageous man I've ever met. Even though that monster plowed through the entire Justice League, Superman met him head on and did what he had to do. And where were we? What good was the almighty Justice League? He's done so much for so many, yet he still went up against Doomsday alone.
I've used my powers to scan Superman. I hear no heartbeat, sense no brain activity. He is gone.
Lois lays Superman to rest and covers his body with his cape as a shroud. Wally West, the Flash, thinks to himself as he races around New York.
I didn't know him really well. There's no denying he was the #1 hero in the eyes of the world. I mean, look at all these flags flying at half-mast. I bet it's like this all over the world, too. Wow. Superman's death is big enough to affect the entire universe. Wow. Might as well scoot over to the JLA compound and scope out the situation. If there's any kind of memorial service, I definitely want to be a part of it. First Uncle Barry, and now Superman. What's the world coming to?
Yo, Boosteroo, you lose a fight with a tiger or something?
What's this? You always carry along your own trash? Sorry, sometimes my speed creates such a vortex, I tend to pick things up as I go. Tell me what happened, man. Was Doomsday really that tough? It was a war. Straight up, flat out, take no prisoners war. Jeez. No lie. And I'm left feeling like a total washout. We're the Justice League, Wally. We're supposed to beat threats like Doomsday.
Aquaman joins the heroes from the river.
It's never easy to beat death. First-hand experience? Yes. Perhaps the most tragic loss of all to experience is the death of a child. My only son. I have blamed myself ever since.
How do you live with it? Does it ever get any easier?
No. But if you did your best, you can take some solace in that.
We did, and Superman still ended up dying alone. When he needed us most, we were gone.
So was I, and that may haunt me forever.
Batman and Robin swing in on lines.
Batman and Robin?
Superman and I had a rather unique relationship. Of all the men I've known, super or otherwise, he was the one I respected most. Superman and the world deserved a better fate. But my experience has taught me that Lady Death is the most impartial of judges.
That has nothing to do with it. If we'd been there,
we would probably be dead as well. Doomsday had already vanquished you. Superman knew the odds and knew the game might end this way. When someone close to you dies, all you can do is use that death as a force for good. Superman deserves that.
I bet Green Lantern will agree with that.
Green Lantern Hal Jordan flies in and finds Hawkman waiting on the roof.
I still feel numb by the news. Seems like just yesterday Superman and I got together and decided to rebuild the Justice League. I've known him far longer than that. True, he wasn't a member in the early days, but he helped us out in so many cases that he certainly seemed like one. Someone on the roof? Is it Hawkman? I admit I'm surprised to see you here.
Understandable. I was never a member of the League, and I barely even knew Superman. But when a young man dies, one wants to comfort his widow and children. If he has family, I'm unaware of it. I feel awkward, but this seems the only place to express sorrow for a fallen hero.
Don't feel awkward. I'm here for the same reason. Something tells me plenty of others will be too. Hal is right, as more and more heroes begin to arrive at Justice League headquarters. Wonder Woman arrives.
Green Arrow and Black Canary? I thought you turned your back on the League.
I knew this was a mistake.
Stop the grumpy act, Oliver. You know your years in the League mean a lot to us both.
We have to do something. Superman deserves the greatest of tributes. Weep not for the Man of Steel. His mortal wounds will never heal. His body lies stone stiff and dead. Let's cheer for Doomsday in his stead. Ha ha ha.
Maybe whoever knew him best should speak? Guys? Look, I'm not much for stringing words together well, but it seems like we should show our respect. Somehow we have to show the entire world how much we cared about Superman. Like I said, I'm not good with words, so I'm hoping these will do.
Oberon presents the heroes with a box of black armbands bearing Superman's shield.
A gesture more eloquent than any words could ever be, Oberon.
They all don the armbands. Ice makes a huge statue of Superman to honor his passing.
Like the life of a man who left us far too soon, this statue of ice will soon do the same. But somewhere, Superman is looking down on us all. And he needs to know that we didn't just respect him. We also loved him.
Guy Gardner watches from afar.
Come here with a knife, why don't you, Ice? Huh. We sure had our tussles, Blue. You were the world's ultimate Boy Scout. The kind of guy who'd embodied fairness and justice. Me, I'm a rogue. But that don't mean I can't see the truth.
Guy sneaks an armband.
Doomsday caved my head in, Blue. But you took him down. You won. Guess I can wear this for the service. Out of respect for that.
Booster Gold holds a bedside vigil over Ted Cord, the Blue Beetle.
I couldn't take it anymore, Ted. No matter what anyone says, I still feel like a failure. Not just because of what happened to Superman, but because of what happened to you, too. We spent all this time choking our way through life, and when the chips were down, look what happened. We paid a real price. We're wearing armbands in someone's memory.
Well, you better keep fighting, friend.
If I have to put on an armband with a beetle on it, I don't know what I'll do.
For those of you just joining us, much of Metropolis remained under a dusk-to-dawn curfew following the death of Superman. The world-renowned hero laid down his life to stop a berserker monster called Doomsday, who threatened to level the city. Following a several-state rampage which resulted in over 500 deaths and left Justice League America in disarray, Superman joined the battle at midday. He seemed unable to stop Doomsday's odyssey of death and destruction. It was, tragically, a fight to the finish, which claimed the lives of both combatants, and though many made heroic efforts, they were unable to revive the Man of Steel. He was finally taken to Metro General Hospital, where...
It is my sad duty to inform you that Superman was declared dead at approximately 6:23 p.m.
For more on this story, we go now live to Scott Harris.
Wallace, Superman's body was brought here to the city morgue just minutes ago. As Superman has no known relatives, there is apparently some controversy brewing over who has the rights to the...
Scott, can you hear me? Well, we seem to be experiencing some technical difficulties. Reactions. Director Westfield of Cadmus shows up at the police morgue to claim the body of Superman, waving an order he has to collect alien bodies for study. Inspector Dan Turpin of the Metropolis SCU is having none of it, though. The news blackout Cadmus wants is easier to enforce, though, and all the cameras on site are soon destroyed. The major story has already been reported, though. Lex Luthor II isn't happy about any of it, and he soon sends Supergirl to enforce his will. Supergirl flies to the morgue to back up a squad of LexCorp armored flying troopers, Lex's standard response to most situations, and the troops back up the police against Cadmus. Supergirl soon ends the shootout with a telekinetic blast, knocking everyone out. Westfield? Westfield, can you hear me?
Will he be alright?
I think so. It'll be sore for a few days, though. Paul, you feel like sitting up?
What did she do?
It's called a psychokinetic blast, and you're lucky that all she did was sweep you and your toy soldiers out the door.
You can't talk to me that way, Sawyer.
Paul, don't press your luck.
You... I'd light a candle if I were you, Westfield. You could have gotten your boys killed. How soon till we can go back on? The guys say 5 minutes, tops.
You won't get away with this, sire. I'm holding all of you responsible. When Washington hears about this... Washington already has, Mr. Westfield, is it? And they're none too happy with you for ordering the destruction of equipment belonging to my television station. Not to mention your interference with the local constabulary. Right, my Berkowitz? You can take that to the bank, Luthor. I have a little something for you, Mr. Westfield. Faxes from the White House, rescinding your authority in this matter. Superman's heritage may be alien, but as far as we're concerned, and the President agrees, he's an American. And by God, we intend to see that he's given a decent burial in Metropolis. I'd say you put your foot in it, mate. Oh, and don't try to go claiming that Doomsday beastie. Star Labs will dispose of him. Now, I'm a patriotic citizen, so I'm willing to overlook the damage to my property. And to keep mentioning your little project out of the news. If you get in your trucks and return to your base, now. Team Luthor will help the Guardian escort you to the county line. I know the Westfield had it in for Superman, but I never thought he'd stoop so low as to pick a fight over the man's body. That's the sort of lunatic stunt I would expect from Dabney Donovan. There better be some changes made at the Cadmus project after this. I'm told that our remote crew has corrected their technical problems. Scott, are you there? Yes, Wallace. Everything's under control now. LexCorp CEO Lex Luthor II has arrived with Supergirl. I believe he's about to make a statement. Ladies and gentlemen, the death of Superman has affected us all deeply. A legend has been taken from us. It is fitting and proper that we mourn his passing, especially those of us in Metropolis who knew him so well. To that end, Mayor Berkowitz has informed me that a section of Centennial Park will be set aside as a final resting place for our fallen champion. And I pledge to you now that the full resources of LexCorp International shall be put to work at that site to erect a monument worthy of a Superman. He's setting himself up as chief mourner. Opportunistic young son of a... Grr.
Lois has hardly said a word since she turned in her story. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. She was responsible for giving Superman his name, for gosh sakes. I still can't believe what's happened. I wish Superman were still alive. I wish Mr. Kent would show up. I wish Lois would say something. Anything.
Just like his old man. It's been a long, hard day. Why don't you kids go home?
Home? Sure.
Need a lift, Lois?
Thanks, Jimmy, but no, I'm not all right. But I can find my way. Miss Lane? Lois? Has there been any word from Mr. Kent? From Clark? Clark is... Oh, God. No, Allie. No word. Well, don't give up hope. There are thousands of folks still missing, and the phones are such a mess. Mr. Kent will turn up. I just know he will. Sure. Good night, Allie.
I hope Allie's right. Amen to that, Olsen. But you were there. Scores of buildings were toppled during Doomsday's attack. Most of the people still missing are probably trapped in the wreckage. Even if Clark is alive out there somewhere, he might not be by the time rescuers find him. If there was ever a time when we needed Superman and his X-ray vision, he's gone. And I doubt we'll ever see another like him.
It's so unfair, Chief. Miss Lane and Mr. Kent had been engaged just a few months.
I know, Jim. And she's taken it pretty hard. I've known that woman since she was a girl. And I've never seen her so absolutely shattered. Lord, I don't even want to think about how this must be affecting Kent's parents. John and Martha Clark are damn good people, salt of the earth. And Clark was, damn it, is, their only child. I should have called him earlier, but I kept waiting, hoping there'd be some good news to give him. Though things still up in the air, I tell you, Olsen, I'd almost rather face a firing squad than place that call.
Jonathan and Martha's phone does ring, but it's not Perry or Lois. Instead, it's Lana Lang, Clark's first love and the first keeper of his secret. She's called the Kents to share their grief together. Superman is mourned the whole world over.
Finer bloke never drew air. Back during the bloody alien invasion, he saved me men from getting blown sky high. Lift your glasses, mates. Superman.
In a related story, Lex Luthor II hastened to reassure a world audience. There is no reason to panic. Superman may be gone, but Supergirl and Team Luthor are still on the job. In Japan, the Tyrell Girl of Steel pledged to carry on what she called Superman's Great Crusade for Justice. In the Middle East, just how this unveiled young woman can be expected to carry on in Superman's stead remains unexplained. Superman, it will be remembered, in Africa, personally flew tons of grain and medical supplies to remote areas during last year's drought. Many of our people are alive today thanks to Superman. In Russia, who saved the lives of over 500,000 people when the city of Valkand in the Ural Mountains was threatened by volcanic eruption, our president announced he will join hundreds of world leaders in attending Superman's funeral. In the city of Metropolis. You signed the death notice, Dr. Sanchez? Yes, Mr. Luthor. Due to the body's invulnerability, an autopsy was impossible, and as I had examined Superman during his life.
We get the picture, Doc. Man, I never thought I'd see the big guy in here. Still can't believe that he's gone. There'll never be another like him.
No. The murderer, Doomsday, is his body? Over on the main examination table. So, this is the beast that killed a hero.
Isn't right. Just not right. What do you think you're... Not right at all.
Lex grabs a chair and smashes it over Doomsday's corpse.
Miserable. Stinking. Take it easy, Luthor. Smashing furniture over Mr. Ugly won't do any good. Believe me, I know how you feel, but... No, you do not know. Superman was mine to kill. Mine! I've been cheated of my vengeance. A monster has robbed me of that which I desired more than anything.
I can't believe I've lost him. Just this morning, Clark and I were having breakfast. Just last night. Maybe I shouldn't have come back to his apartment. But all I have of Clark's, all that's left me, is in here. The place is so tidy. Always was. I remember the first time I ever came here. We were just co-workers then. I didn't think of Clark as much more than my biggest competition for the choice assignment. Oh, Jonathan, Martha, they must know. The whole world knows by now. By tomorrow, friends will be reassuring them that Clark will turn up all right. It just about killed me when Allie said that. I almost slipped. Almost told her that Clark was Superman. I can't let that get out. He had so many enemies. Some of them wouldn't think twice about taking their revenge on his family. I was almost part of that family. I must call them. They loved Clark so much. We all loved him so very, very much.
A gang of thieves rob a jewelry store and make their getaway in a green car. They run down the policeman who tries to stop them. Soon, however, a familiar symbol appears in the road before them.
Oh, God. What? What is it? He's dead. You said he was dead. Wait a minute. That's not Superman. No, definitely not Superman.
Supergirl blocks the thieves' escape.
It's that Supergirl bimbo. Who? The flying chippy the Luthor kid's been promoting. What I heard, she ain't nowhere near as tough as Superman. Floor it! Huh? What's going on? What's she doing? I don't believe it. She must have tripped and fallen flat on her face. Ha! No, she's throwing herself in front of us. Oh my God, we're gonna hit. Ah ha ha. Told you she wasn't so tough. Shut up, will you? Just shut up. Oh, Lordy, 2 in one night. It's okay, George. Silver. No more trouble now.
Supergirl's fist punches through the car's floor.
What the? Now what'd we hit? No more trouble, he says. What do you call this?
She lifts the car into the air, spilling the crooks out into the street.
Everybody out!
Gah! She's alive! That ain't all she is. Run!
I hate reckless drivers.
She throws the car.
How about lead, huh? You like hot lead?
One man opens fire on Supergirl.
Burn, burn, burn.
The bullets halt before they hit her.
I can live with it.
She stopped the bullets in midair and sent them flying back at us. This can't be happening.
Drop that gun and stay where you are.
Do it, you stoop. Yeah, we give up.
Soon. We can't thank you enough, Supergirl. Most of my men were shifted downtown to help out in the precincts under curfew, and, well, it hasn't been a good day.
No, it hasn't. How's the officer who was hit?
He's pretty sore, but he got off lucky. Just a few cracked ribs and some bruises.
Good. If you'll excuse me.
Sure thing, Supergirl. Hey, you take care. We need you more than ever now. Never really worried about these super types before. They always seemed immortal.
Huh? Nah. That Supergirl. That ain't my favorite. It'll never be him. Never again. He's gone. When he needed help most, there was nothing I could do. Why'd I think I could do any good anyways? Professor Ham, he's the smart one, and even he couldn't do any good. I was just dumb muscle, getting in the way.
Hey, Bibbo, where you been, man?
Walking and thinking.
Guess it's not easy getting around tonight, huh? Half Metropolis must be under curfew.
Is it? I didn't notice. Of course, it wasn't like I had any place to go. Anything important to do.
Lamar and me seen you on TV, Bib. Seen you trying to help revive Superman. That was a real good thing you tried to do. Yeah, we're proud of you, man. How's about we buy you a drink for a change?
Don't want a drink. You guys go on home. Bar's closed for this evening.
You don't wanna... You sure, man?
This is my bar. I say it closes, it closes. Go home.
Whatever you say, Bibbo. You're the boss. Gee, I ain't never known Bibbo to turn down a drink. Never seen him like this before.
God, it's me, Bibbo. Been a while since we talked. I know my pal Superman's with you now, so I guess he don't really need my prayers. The rest of us sure do. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Blessed art you amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now at the hour of our death. Amen. Take good care of Superman, okay, God? I miss him. I expect just about everybody misses him. God, I gotta ask you, why? Why should Superman die when a washed-up old roughneck like me goes on living? It ain't right, God. It just ain't right.
Lex Luthor II is hard at work arranging Superman's funeral. They're having trouble getting the memorial statue commissioned to the crib, Mr. Luthor. Rubbles blocking the bridge. Bring it in by chopper, Hastings. Do I have to think of everything?
Let me bring it, Lex.
You, love?
I want to. It's the last thing I'll ever be able to do for Superman.
I can see it's important to you, darling. Go ahead. I understand.
Try as I might, I couldn't kill Superman. But sure as hell, I'm going to bury him.
Funeral cortege will roll past the spot where Superman fell defending the city he loved, then continue to Centennial Park, where world leaders will witness his burial.
They're gonna put our boy in the ground. We'll never see him again, Jonathan. We should be there, in Metropolis. Not here in Smallville.
We couldn't get anywhere near him, Martha. We lost a son, but the world lost a hero. And they're gonna bury that hero with full honors. You heard the TV. Only the big shots will be allowed at the funeral. Martha, staring at that damn thing like it's gonna bring him back. I just can't stand it.
Jonathan switches off the TV. Great photo you took, Jimbo. Really captured the spirit of Superman's death.
Lighten up, guy. It's gonna make you famous. After this, you could write your own ticket.
Lois waits on the planet's roof.
Clark. Oh, Clark. Where are you? How can you leave me? Don't you know how much I love you? What am I doing here? Waiting like I think he'll appear. Land here like he's done so many times. Tell me it was all a mistake. Some cosmic joke. He's been missing before. He always came back. He's never been dead. Drums from the funeral cortege down below. Wait for me, Clark. I'm coming. Wait for me.
Lois rushes down to the street.
Crowds lining the sidewalk 10 deep. Gonna have to fight my way through. I'm coming. Wait, The plaque marking the spot where he fell. So many flowers. Like everybody in the city piled flowers here. They loved him too. But flowers can't bring him back. Nothing can. Lois, some of the guys saved us a place in the front. I've been waiting for you. Come on. He's almost here. We have to hurry.
Jimmy collects Lois. Funeral day. Superman lies in a casket draped with an American flag and followed by a score of colorful heroes, followed by the police and emergency services. Civilians in grief throng the parade route on both sides as the solemn procession passes by.
They say Superman was an alien. Funny, isn't it? Since he was also Earth's greatest hero.
Dude put me out of that wreck. If he hadn't been there, I wouldn't be here now.
Remember when he stopped the thug who robbed the deli, Mara?
I remember, Bashir. It was plain he cared for everyone. But, Mommy, Superman saved us from that fire. He was awesome. It ain't right. A guy like that shouldn't ought to be dead.
He's past now. It's over, Lois. Come on, let's go inside.
It's not over. Look, Jimmy, the whole crowd is following.
Lois, wait. I'm not sure it's a good idea.
I want to... I need to be with him at the end. Like he was always there for all of us. Superman saved Tiger from the tree, and he saved me from Cerberus. He was always doing dangerous things to help people. But he didn't care if they was dangerous. He did them because they was right. Stop whimpering, teddy bear. Superman's fault our daddy ain't with us no more. Serves him right, he's dead. Superman always treated me like I was his friend. Superman made Daddy stop hitting Mommy, and I'm glad. Shut up, crybaby. There's Teddy and his jerky brother beating up on him again. Superman wouldn't like that. He wouldn't think it was fair, picking on somebody just 'cause you're bigger. Come over and stand with me, Teddy. I won't let anybody hurt you. I bet you're sad 'cause Superman's dead, huh? That's okay. See, I'm crying too. Here, why don't you hold Tiger? Meow. I won't bring Superman back, but maybe it'll make you feel better.
A man who resembles Superman editor Kevin Dooley hawks his wares to the crowd. Get your t-shirts, get your bag Daily Planet Death issue with commemorative armband.
Hey, you! What do you mean trying to cash in on Superman's death? Ain't you got no respect?
Bibbo grabs him.
Look, man, Superman saved my family from a burning building. Now we're on the streets, and I'm out of work, man. My family's got to eat somehow.
Superman's my favorite because he was tough, but he always tried to help the little guy. Much as I like to smash this twerp, Superman wouldn't like it, especially after he went to all the trouble of saving him. I'll take 'em all, every t-shirt, every paper.
All? This would be 300. I can't take...
You sold your stuff. Now shut up and listen. You want honest work? Come see me tomorrow. Name's Bibbo. I own the Ace of Clubs. Let's go, boys. Everybody's heading to Centennial Park. I want to be there when they buries him.
The procession nears Superman's statue in Centennial Park, which will also serve as his mausoleum.
What's going on? Why is everybody pushing? We've reached Centennial Park. There it is. There's his crypt. There's too many people. I can't see.
Come on then, let's try and make it to the front.
Hey, back off.
Quit pushing.
The crowd's starting to shove forward. It's like a living tidal wave. Lois, grab my hand. Quick. Hold on tight. Jimmy, I can't. We're being pushed apart. I can't reach.
The crowd begins to get out of control, and in the chaos, some gangsters approach Jimmy, wanting to buy the rights to his now famous final picture of Superman in order to market it. Jimmy socks one, and Robin swings in to take out the others. The Justice Leaguers in attendance soon quell the crowd.
Martha, you haven't got that TV on again.
Lex Luthor II, using the giant TV screen set up on the crypt, is begging the crowd to restore order. Please, remain calm.
They're making a circus of that funeral, Jonathan. Where's the dignity?
Things have just gotten a little out of hand, but they loved him, Martha. Everybody loved him.
Well, maybe it's like you once said, Jonathan. They just want a piece of him.
I ask you. But right now, order and dignity, please remain calm, appear to be in short supply.
Jonathan, he's our son. I can't just stand by and watch what they're doing to his funeral.
And Martha, honey, turn the thing off. Let's say goodbye to our son in our way.
Jonathan holds Martha close.
And let the world say goodbye to Superman in theirs.
President Bill Clinton delivers his speech at the podium. Superman himself would probably remind us to care for the many victims of Doomsday's attack. And so we do. But how could we not especially honor the man who died to save so many more? His powers and abilities were amazing. But how much more amazing was the way he chose to use those powers? If there's a lesson in this, it's that the greatest power of all is our own ability to care about and help each other.
As to the families of Doomsday's other victims, we also send our thoughts and prayers to Superman's loved ones, whoever they may be. Clark's parents, they love him. He can't help them anymore. But I can, if they'll let me. Whatever they may think of me, however much they may blame me, I have to try. When you put Clark in the ground, I have to be there with them. Operator, it's Jonathan and Martha Kent in Smallville.
I'm sorry, there's no answer. Please try again later.
I should have called before. Why was I such a coward? I hope they're all right. Where can they be?
Here's where the rocket that brought you to Earth crashed, Clark. I'll never forget how amazed I was when we looked into this impact crater. How could any creature have lived through that? But there you were.
I reached in and lifted you into my arms. We didn't know where you came from, but we didn't care. You were ours, the sweetest little baby in the universe, our gift from heaven. And right from the start, we loved you with all our hearts. Heaven gave you to us. Now heaven has taken you.
Out in the field where the rocket landed, Jonathan and Martha prepare to bury a small box of Clark's things, a scrapbook, a teddy bear, a baseball and glove, his blanket.
The things you loved, the things that mattered to you most over the years, buried, gone like you are. We tried it your way, Jonathan,
And it's not enough. Feels empty as hell. Ugh.
Jonathan, what is it?
Nothing. Just my stomach acting up again.
I feel like nothing can plug the hole in my heart.
Like nobody needs us now. Almost like there's no reason to go on living.
There it is, Keith, baby, on that big screen up there. Say goodbye to him, and remember him always. Bye, Superman.
Superman's body is laid to rest.
Ashes to ashes,
goodbye. Dust to dust.
Come on, Martha. Jonathan, answer the phone. Please.
Christmas Eve. For most at the time of happiness, cheer, and goodwill. For these people, saddened at the loss of a man they called friend, it is a time of grief. Metropolis Mailbag II. Holy moly! Looks like everybody's here. Isn't this rain awful? I'd much rather see it snow on Christmas. If you ask me, it's kind of refreshing, Captain Marvel. But you and ducks, maybe. I think it fits the occasion. Who wants to think of Christmas at a time like this? The Lantern's right. We did just bury Superman last week.
I still can't believe he's gone. I've known him since I was a kid. I liked him too, but I'm afraid that if I say anything in front of these guys, I'll sound like an idiot.
Death is a part of life. Some of us have seen more than others. But all we can do is live with it and use it to make us better. You all know why we're here. Let's get down to business. It's our last chance to honor a great man. Hop on and let's get going. At this point, we might as well try to stay dry. Green Lantern forms a bubble, and the heroes get in.
Meanwhile, Mitch, the teenager whose house was destroyed by Doomsday's rampage, walks the rainy streets of Metropolis on a mission. He just wants to apologize to someone who knew Superman. He feels responsible somehow for his death, perhaps because Superman delayed his fight to save Mitch's family. He saw in the paper a woman claiming to be Mrs. Superman, and he's come to hear her announcement. The woman claims to have been ferried about to exotic locales and to have lived a life of luxury in secret with the Man of Steel. Lois can't stomach it for long, though.
Oh, please.
Lois, why don't you let the woman finish?
Jimmy Olsen, don't you tell me you're buying this line of baloney. That charlatan is no more Mrs. Superman than I am.
Well, yeah, anybody can see she's lying, but I say we cover the story and pin her to the wall.
No. People are already flocking to this city to visit Superman's grave. Some are earnest, good souls, but others are morbid leeches like her. Let's not encourage more to crawl out of the woodwork.
Jeez.
I'll see you later, Jim. I have some friends to meet.
Sure wouldn't like Lois to be so snappy. I guess Superman's death has really hit her hard. Of course, the fact that Clark has been missing all this time has us both freaking too. What a crummy holiday season this turned out to be. Hey, that kid.
Jimmy finds Mitch as the crowd breaks up, and tells him people have been claiming similar things to that woman all day. When Jimmy hears that Mitch came seeking someone who knew the man, he invites him to lunch at Bibble's bar, the ace of clubs.
I don't want to go to Clark's, but I have to. Each step takes more and more effort. The doorman, try not to cry. The world mustn't know. Daddy always said, don't cry. Clark's apartment, fumbling for the keys he gave me, trying so hard not to cry, in an elevator ride that lasts forever, yet ends too soon. Don't cry, Lois. Last time I was here, don't cry. Clark and I, oh God, he's yours now, and he's never coming back. I'm alone. So terribly lonely. Lois?
Lois finds the Kents are there to greet her, and Martha hugs her.
We're here. Oh, thank God. Finally I can talk to someone about all this. There. Let it all out, dear. We're here for you. For me? How can I dump this on two people who couldn't even attend their son's funeral? Don't you worry about Jonathan and me. We're here to help you out, and to get Clark's things in order. I hope you'll let me help.
Lana, we didn't expect you, but... I can't thank you enough for coming to help. As you know, Superman has made a point of coming here every Christmas Eve. This will be the first time he's ever missed reading all his mail, sent from around the world to Superman, General Delivery, Metropolis.
Incredible! When you contacted the JLA, I expected to see a lot of letters, but nowhere near this many.
Ha! What a bunch of dweebs. Bet everyone a mask for something. Of course, my fans know I got more important things to do than come help them change a light bulb.
Guy Gardner, there are a number of truly unfortunate souls in this world. I have nothing but admiration for a man who is willing to give of himself to help those who often go unheard.
No kidding. Listen to this. This letter's from a kid who wants Superman to bring him some artifact from another planet the next time he leaves Earth.
I doubt any other man gets mail like this. Here's a request from a man who wants Superman to help him search for a lost city of gold, for an equal share of the profits.
Ah, this old gal's terminal about to kick off. Seems she wanted Big Blue to help her find a son. Split over 30 years ago.
You know why we're here, Guy. Not just to read the mail, but to do something about it as well.
All right already. I'll do the Hallmark card bit and find the chump. And if I'm lucky, I might even be able to bust some heads along the way. Just so the day ain't a total waste. Guy Gardner flies off into the rain.
Wow, this farmer suffered through so many droughts that he's about to lose his farm. He's begging Superman to make it rain. It must have been extremely difficult for Kal-El to read these stories and know that he couldn't possibly help everyone. Listen to this thank you note written by a woman he helped. Though her house was destroyed by a savage monster, she thanks Superman for saving her family's lives. I have no house now, and it will not be rebuilt because my insurance lapsed. My husband is divorcing me, but I still consider myself lucky because you saved our lives. Thank you so much for your kindness and heroism. Even in the face of being homeless and in financial ruin, this poor woman thanked Superman.
Recently, too. Looks like that was mailed the day he died.
Flash, Green Lantern, I believe this is our opportunity to repay Superman and help this woman's entire family.
You know, Mitch, I still say I've seen you before. Were you in the news recently? Sorta. See, that Doomsday thing trashed our place in Ohio, and... Of course! I have seen your picture in the Planet! Yeah, press was all over us. It was a pretty big deal, I guess. See, Doomsday was tearing up our house, and Superman and the League showed up to save our skins.
That's Superman for you. No wonder he's my favorite.
Yeah, but Superman found Doomsday at our house. Superman was about to catch him when I called him back to save us.
And Doomsday got away, so Superman didn't fight him without the JLA's help in Metropolis.
That's why it's all my fault. If it wasn't for me, Superman'd still be alive.
Hey, don't go saying that, little buddy. Wasn't nothing you could have done to save Superman.
Could too. See, I used to think Superman was a real dork. I was even joking with my friends about it earlier that day. I mean, I jinxed him. That's why I snuck off to Metropolis. When I heard Superman's widow was going to be here, I wanted to apologize.
My pal was a bachelor. No way he'd wear a ball and chain.
That's what's so weird. My own old man ditched us months ago, like he didn't care no more. He always said he never should have been married, so we got dumped. Then a complete stranger comes along and stands up for us. Superman died fighting for us, while my own father was nowhere to be seen. I'm sure it's more complicated than that, Mitch. Look, Superman didn't have any family that we know of, but there is one place I can take you.
I know what you're thinking about, Red. It's a good idea. Your mom must be worried about you, kid. You better be getting home.
Gee, I can't take bus fare from you, Mr. Bibbo.
There's enough there for airfare, kid. Heck, if my pal Superman was still around, he'd fly you home in this nasty weather himself.
We have a big decision before us, don't we? Sooner or later, we have to decide whether or not we tell the world that Clark and Superman were one and the same. And if so, How?
Why, Lana?
Well, first off, Clark's body will never be found. But also because researchers will be digging into Superman's life for years. I've already seen 3 new books about him come out this week.
Do you really think that someone will discover the truth someday? That would be just plain awful. I couldn't stand a bunch of meteor vultures swarming over us, looking for stories. No offense, Lois.
None taken, Pa. But Lana does have a point. Even though we can all trust each other to be silent, someone will uncover this secret.
Maybe a slew of others as well. But so be it. Our Clark wanted his privacy, wanted to live a normal life, and we have to respect that. And maybe the world thinks it deserves to know about Superman's life, but it's up to us to keep it quiet. As far as I'm concerned, you two are daughters to us. I hope you agree.
100%. Roger Anderson?
Yes, I'm your man. What can I...
If you have time, I would like to discuss a very serious matter regarding your wife and children.
You can't really be... This must be a gag. Singing telegram, perhaps?
I assure you I am quite authentic. Now, about your family.
Listen, my private life is none of your business.
Mr. Anderson, are you aware that your wife's home was destroyed by Doomsday?
No. Claire and I haven't talked for weeks. What happened?
May I come inside to talk? If you'll bear with me. I think you'll understand we're trying to do some good. I'm sure that you're aware that today is Christmas Eve, Mr. Anderson. Some of us are trying to make sure that talk of fellowship and goodwill becomes more than just talk. It is our way of living up to the legacy Superman has left behind. Though some of these matters are unusual, perhaps even private, we want to be there. We want to help. For once, rather than combat threats, we want to help bridge the gaps that separate us all.
Nightwing delivers presents to children. Maxima delivers food to the needy. Guy finds a woman's son.
That, Mr. Anderson, is why I'm being so intrusive as to come talk to you about your family. We want to at least offer help.
Jimmy brings Mitch to visit Superman's statue in Centennial Park amidst a crowd of mourners, while the Justice League rebuilds his mother's house in a single day.
You were right, Olsen. This is awesome. Superman deserves this and a whole lot more, Mitch. I think you should put him on Mount Rushmore, or name a city after him. People are coming here from all over to leave tributes to Superman. This has become a very solemn place. Just like the Vietnam Memorial. Thought I heard something, like a muffled drill. My Superman. I feel kind of stupid talking to a statue, but who knows? My grandma says my dead grandpa can hear us, so maybe you can too. See, I used to figure you for a real loser. It shows what a zero I was. I know better now. You laid it on the line for us, man. My old man had cut out, but not you. This is my family. My mother, Claire, and my sister Becky are okay, thanks to you. Thanks, Superman. If you ignored us, you might still be alive today. That took guts. When I get home, I'll try to get along better with Ma. It's the least I can do to pay you back, and with Dad gone, she really needs help.
While Mitch apologizes, Wonder Woman has brought his father to talk to his mother. The event has made them both realize that they do still love each other, and they want to work things out.
The world feels a whole lot more empty now, doesn't it? Hard telling what'll happen, but we just have to have hope. Easy enough for us. I just wonder if Superman really did have a family somewhere.
As Mitch and Jimmy leave the statue, the Kent family arrives to mourn.
If so, I sure hope they're holding up okay.
Report, Snatcher.
It was touch and go with so many people up there. We were afraid the mourners would hear the tunnel drills.
I take it they didn't?
Well, if they heard it, they didn't do anything about it. The mission is completed. The body is ours, Director Westfield. Good. Then bring it to Cadmus. Pronto.
Beep, 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 beep. Cadmus's theft of Superman's body has triggered an alarm in Lex Luthor's penthouse. Supergirl wonders if it means he's alive, but Lex calms her false hopes. It only means he's been moved, and he asks her to investigate via his secret tunnel. Grave obsession.
Lex seemed quick to discount Superman being alive. I guess he doesn't want me to get my hopes up. I suppose with the fight it took to bury him in Metropolis, Lex is right to worry about grave robbers, though.
Supergirl arrives and enters the secret sewer tunnel at super speed, evading the posted undercover cops standing guard. Once inside the tomb, she sees a large hole drilled through the ground outside. The tunnel was clearly man-made. The rock has been sealed to add support. Lex orders her to find the body as Inspector Dan Turpin and the police arrive outside. It seems Supergirl wasn't as stealthy as she'd hoped. Dan enters through the tunnel she left open and follows her trail.
You want backup? Nah, I ain't afraid of ghosts, kid. Have Maggie get a skinny butt here, though, okay? If I'm not back in an hour, send in the Marines.
Dan soon finds Supergirl engaged in combat with a crowd of underworlders. She clears some space to talk, but they aren't in a listening mood. Dan soon gets involved, backing them off with his pistol. Closter approaches Supergirl. He tells her they didn't take Superman's body, but they fight anyway. Dan is down to his fists against the creatures, but when he's attacked by one wielding grenades, he pulls the pins on the ones in its belt before trying to dig out the grenade that was dropped in his pants. Supergirl saves him the trouble, flying him right out of his pants as they seek the exit.
Hey, my trousers! For crying out loud, lady, I'm in my skivvies.
Sorry, officer, but we'll have to take expediency over modesty this one time. Besides, I think boxer shorts are very sexy.
The grenades explode, collapsing the tunnel behind them.
You okay, Mr. Turpin? That was quite a pelting we took from that debris.
I'm just swell, Supergirl. So long as there ain't a nosy photographer waiting outside the tunnel. We better get out of here, in case that explosion weakened the rest of this gopher hole.
Look, Captain Sawyer, it's all terrible. He's not wearing any.
That's enough, Ramirez. I'm just happy to see the big lug in one piece. Well, did you two find anything?
Maggie, for God's sake, give me a blanket. I'm freezing.
Superman's body is definitely missing, Miss Sawyer, but we came up empty on the search. I've got to report back to Lex Luthor. My communicator was damaged in our scuffle with Underworld. Oh, and what size pants do you wear?
Your boss better be available to explain why he built that access tunnel, lady. I take a 50 medium in pinstripe. Good kid. Tough scrapper.
Ahem.
Oh, sorry, Maggie. Look, we know someone got the Superman, and we both know who wanted him.
Well, I say we go back down there and follow that other branch till we hit pay dirt.
Or Cadmus.
Who's buried in Superman's tomb? Metropolis. The squeal of tires and the growl of a V8 engine are suddenly drowned out by the amplified tones of a commanding voice, as the Guardian speeds alongside a van filled with armed thugs firing at him on his motorcycle.
You in the van! Pull over! What's that, some cop? Who cares? Waste him!
His bulletproof shield protects him.
That's no cop. That's the Guardian! Drop your weapons! I said drop them! A Guardian? Nah, can't be. My grandpa had a run-in with him once, and Gramps was younger than me back then. Guardian would be older than dirt by now. Shoot! Shoot! He ain't bulletproof, is he? Tell me he ain't bulletproof!
He leaps from the bike into the van, blocking the bullets with his shield.
Pong, pong, pong. Boom. Yeah!
As lousy shots as you are, I don't need to be bulletproof. You sad sacks picked the wrong time to steal a van. The wrong time, the wrong city. Guardian kicks the thugs over and finishes them off. Metropolis has very strict gun ordinances. Now, once more, pull this van over.
Shove it, man. I'm out of here.
He goes for the driver, but he jumps onto the Guardian's bike.
Huh? His cycle, still up and running? Whew. Help! Sounds like my bike's auto-drive system caught him by surprise.
But what's keeping us going? Accelerator's jammed. Hope this baby has good brakes.
Guardian slams on the brakes and stops the van.
Yes.
Yeah! Oof! The bike dumps its passenger.
Gotta get up.
Slowly, and keep both hands where I can see him.
You're crazy. You and that crazy cycle of yours like to kill me.
Not likely. That crazy cycle is a good deal smarter than you are. If you have a complaint, save it for the police.
Charlie's right. The guy was a maniac.
Yeah. That's a story, officer. I don't know why they went to the trouble of stealing a delivery van. Maybe you can get him to tell you. Even if we can't, we have plenty to hold him on. In addition to Grand Theft Auto and the weapons charges, there's warrants out on the whole lot. Still in all, we may have a problem. At least you may, Guardian. These creeps are making a lot of wild accusations. If they can make their stories jibe, they could file assault charges against you. Let them try. My bike recorded everything.
Your bike?
That's right. Code 27/A.
Bing! Disc released.
There are several video cameras concealed on my bike. The entire chase and capture is recorded on this laser disc.
All right. The DA's office is going to love you for this.
My pleasure. Tell him I'll be in touch.
It's been a while since I patrolled the streets, but that didn't go too badly. I'm glad I was able to get leave from the project to come back to the city. Metropolis has been hurting since Superman died.
Guardian.
Double X, what's up?
Trouble. We need you at the project.
Lex, Supergirl, and the police meet at Superman's tomb, and Lex answers all the rather justified questions the police have about his setup down there. Supergirl relates the events in the tunnel, but none of them have any answers as to who took Superman's body. Down in Cadmus Labs, however, Guardian and the Newsboy Legion, youthful clones of the project's founders from the 1940s, have just discovered the awful truth.
No. It is every bit as bad as I feared.
Superman? I don't believe this. Westfield, you blasted ghoul! No wonder my leave was granted so eagerly. You wanted me away from the project, didn't you? You wanted me out of here, to ensure that I wouldn't catch on to your infernal scheme.
The research underway here is not your concern, Guardian. I suggest that you refrain from any thoughts of interference.
Not my concern? You steal the body of Earth's greatest hero? You commandeer project facilities and enlist project personnel for God only knows what you plan to do. And you have the unmitigated gall to tell me it's not my concern?
I never should have let Westfield talk me into this. I should have known anything so touchy would be subject of office politics. Spare me the histrionics, Guardian.
This is a sensitive scientific operation on the highest possible priority, and I have no desire to stand here and listen to a lot of insubordinate moralizing.
You don't want to listen? Fine.
Guardian pins Westfield to the wall.
I'll make my point another way.
Guardian. Jim, take it easy. This isn't the way.
Not the best way, maybe, but our esteemed administrator here just made it the only way.
You called me insubordinate? The president himself ordered you to cease all attempts to claim Superman's body. No, not exactly. My orders said to allow Metropolis to hold their funeral. I interpreted that to mean, once the services were over, my original authorization to collect and study alien descendants would resume.
So you just took it upon yourself to do a little grave robbing. You really are some piece of work, Westfield.
Just what did you have in mind for Superman? Were you afraid you'd miss your chance to preside over the dissection of the last Kryptonian? No, you fool. Think. We could recreate Superman. Bring him back to life, as you were brought back. Clone a new Superman? You can't be serious.
Hold it, Scrapper. Maybe he's onto something.
You're as nutty as he is, Tompkins. The procedures we used to save Guardian were experimental, and we had a living template to work from. Superman's dead. Who knows what we'd wind up with?
Still, if there's a chance.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Words, ethics aside, you told me how touch and go my rebirth was. My body might just as easily have wound up as twisted and misshapen as those poor underworld that Dabney Donovan created. Scrapper's right. Even if you succeeded in cloning Superman, he wouldn't be Superman. You don't have his mind to plug into a new body.
Valid objections, to be sure. The odds against success would be monumental, but not necessarily insurmountable. A facsimile of Superman's psyche could conceivably be simulated by recording the mental impressions that Double X absorbed from him in previous encounters.
He has a point, Jim. I'm a walking example of Project Science gone awry, but I consider my life a most precious gift. And there is a possibility of success here, however slim.
All right. I still think you ought to have your heads examined. I guess we owe it to Superman, to the world, to try.
You'll see. I have the greatest confidence.
Not so fast, Westfield. If there's to be an Operation Superman, you are not going to be in charge of it. I want this run strictly by the book from here on, under the direct supervision of Tommy, Walt, and Words. That is, Doctors Tompkins, Johnson, and Rodriguez.
Very well, if that's the way it must be. Well, you heard the man, Dr. Packard. It's in their hands now.
I wish you luck, gentlemen. You'll need plenty of it just to obtain the required tissue samples from Superman. It appears that, even now, his body is still quite thoroughly invulnerable.
Huh?
Supergirl helps excavate the caved-in tunnel for Lex and the police, but she uncovers a planted charge in the rocks bearing Cadmus's symbol. It goes off in the tunnel underneath Hobbs Bay, collapsing it.
5 more people were rescued overnight, and 27 bodies recovered as rescue workers sifted through rubble left in the wake of Doomsday's attack on Metropolis, bringing the number of survivors to 36 and the death toll to 189. Nearly 900 people remain missing in the aftermath of the battle which claimed the life of Superman. Among those still missing are Basketball Hall of Famer Hank the Hammer Halloran, comedian Morty Beckman, and Daily Planet reporter Clark Kent.
Yes, but Clark was Superman. There's at least a chance that Beckman and the Hammer will be found. Clark will never be found. We'll never be married. Never. Lois, did you say something? Just talking back to the TV, Lana. How are you all doing? We're all packed, dear. But are you sure there isn't anything more we can do here? Listen to her. She's lost her only son, and it's me she's worried about. A lot of hers in Clark. Was in Clark. Lois? Sorry, Martha. Just wool gathering. No, I'll be fine. Come on, we better get you folks to the airport. I'm sorry I had to get up at the crack of dawn. The crosstown traffic really begins to pile up early.
Supergirl digs out of the rubble, having protected everyone with a telekinetic shield just in time. Water floods the tunnel, though, and all the searchers are forced to evacuate, having no more answers than before. Shortly, back in the tomb.
Guess we're back to square one.
Yes, it's also frustrating.
Buck up, love. We'll untangle this mystery yet. Superman's body will be recovered. I promise you that.
I wish I had your confidence, Lex. We still don't know who robbed the tomb. And that flood probably washed away any clues. I'm afraid she's right. I'm not looking forward to breaking this news to the public.
What? Captain, surely any disclosure must wait until we know more. Can you imagine the outcry if we revealed that Superman's body had disappeared?
I gotta admit, you got a point, Maggie. If this got out, it could start a riot.
Indeed, Superman's death left so many people bereft. If word should leak that his tomb was empty, well, our distraught citizens might jump to all manner of conclusions. Some of them already have, Captain. We can believe the reports I'm getting from the guys out by the gravesite. Early rising bunch. Where'd they come from? Well, from what one of them said, their cult started out in California. They actually worship Superman. And I don't mean hero worship.
And I say to you, sisters and brothers, do not despair. Be not afraid. In our hour of greatest need, Superman shall return to us from beyond the grave.
Yes, he will return and save us all. Say the name. Say the name and be free.
Superman! Superman! Superman!
All the time for this to happen. Looks like we have no choice now but to keep a lid on this. We'll expect your full cooperation in our investigations, Luthor. Well, of course, Inspector Henderson. For now, though, I'll suggest we seal this access and slip away as quietly as possible.
Lex and the police both privately suspect Cadmus, both with good reason, but we'll leave things as they are for now.
Your attention, please. Lex Air Flight 2710 nonstop service to Kansas City is now boarding at Gate 5.
Well, that's us. Goodbye, Lois. You take care of yourself now.
I will, Jonathan. Oh, Martha. Ed, stop staring. But that's Lois Lane, from the Daily Planet. I read that after his big fight with Doomsday, Superman died right smack in her arms. Let's go get her autograph.
Eddie, you're my little brother, and I love you. But so help me, if you take one step toward that poor woman, I'll stuff you in my carry-on bag.
I promise I'll keep in touch. Safe traveling. You're my best to Peter, Lana. Let me know when you reschedule your wedding. All those years that Clark was away from Smallville, and I thought that I'd lost him, that he didn't love me the way I loved him. My loss can't begin to compare to hers. Lois.
Lana and Lois hug, in tears.
Oh, Lois, if it would bring him back, I'd gladly give up 20 years of my own life. So would I, Lana. So would I. I know how much you loved him. Please, keep an eye on the Kents. They're going to need you. I will. And you take care of yourself. I know how hard it'll be. If you ever need a shoulder, sure. I promise, whenever you need me, I'll be there for you. Always. You getting this, Fran? Good. Okay, new paragraph. The whirlpool clawed at the Man of Steel, dragging him under, but Superman struggled against the rising tide. For the second time, he raised his head above the waves and called,
Lois, help me!
The waves swept him under again, but again he struggled up.
Lois! For God's sake, Lois!
Help me? Clark! Oh, Clark, I'm sorry. I was so caught up in my work, I didn't hear you call.
Lois reaches for Superman's hand, but it is too late.
Wait! Don't go! I love you, Clark. I'll save you. I have to save you.
Lois wakes with a start.
What is it? The alarm? No, the phone. Oh, Lord, it wasn't real. Just a dream. But I can still hear it. The roar of the whirlpool. I wonder. Hello? Perry? What are you doing at the planet at 5 in the morning? No, you're not bothering me. I had to get up soon anyway. But why? What do you mean Metropolis is flooding?
Ghosts. The flooded tunnels are forcing all the inhabitants of Underworld to seek higher ground. Despite what we've seen, most are actually quite peaceful. They simply don't fit in the surface world. Old farm looks the same as it did when we left, don't it, Martha? Funny. Feels like we've been away in Metropolis a million years. I got these, Jonathan. You take it easy. Yeah, Ed. Well, thanks for seeing to the chores while we were gone.
I can't tell you how sorry we are about you losing Clark like that. Guess if he was gonna die so young, we all figured he'd be reporting someplace exotic, like Karak or Kanad. Not buried under rubble in Metropolis. They found his body yet? No, not yet. That Doomsday creature caused so much destruction there.
You go on in, Martha. I want to see old Bessie first. Jonathan sees young Clark in the barn.
Now, Bessie, don't go rolling in the dirt or anything. Hey, Pa, look. I got her all cleaned up. What do you think?
Clark?
You're the best, ain't you, Bess?
I never saw a prettier little calf in my whole life.
Really, Pa? Do you think maybe she has a chance at Blue Ribbon in the 4-H exhibit at the fair?
If hard work and care can make a calf a winner, son, that little gal's a Blue Ribbon champ.
Thanks, Pa. If she wins, it'll be 'cause of you.
Me, Clark?
You're the one who taught me how to care.
Jonathan? Jonathan, did I hear you talking to somebody out here? Nobody's here, Martha. How could I be talking to anybody?
Metropolis Stock Exchange, please, and hurry.
I'll do what I can, lady. Streets are getting real messy. Say, you're that reporter, Lois Lane, aren't you? What's the story on the flooding, anyway?
City officials say an underground tunnel was breached. They're working to locate it.
I hear some of the old building foundations might crumble clean away. Sure makes you wish we still had Superman.
That dream, so much like life. I reported the story, and Clark died. And here I am, trotting off to cover another story. I wonder sometimes, why do I bother? All those words, what good did they do? I can't shake the feeling that if only I'd done more, I could have saved him.
Here's some hot oatmeal, Jonathan. Lois calls it comfort food. Lord knows we could use some comfort now. I made it with raisins, just the way he always liked it.
Jonathan sees baby Clark at the table.
Here comes the oatmeal plane, coming in for a landing. Power dive. Whoop. Open the hangar door. Oop. Yum. I love airplanes with raisins. I wish I had a real airplane.
Well, I was saving this for later, but...
Jonathan hands Clark a small wooden airplane.
Wow. Hey, Ma. Pa made me an airplane. Thanks, Pa. Up, and away. Bye, Pa. I gotta fly now.
Someday, son. Someday.
Welcome home, sir. The Batcave must seem a cozy refuge in this weather. The snow in Gotham City is a couple of inches deep now.
The weather's clearing in Metropolis, though, which is just as well.
The morning paper reports some flooding there. Metropolis could surely use Superman now.
As could we all. He gave me this ring with a kryptonite stone. He said, I have many enemies who have tried to control me, and I live in fear that someday they might succeed. If that should ever happen, if I should ever lose control, there would be only one sure way to stop me. Do you realize what you're asking? I do. I want the means to stop me to be in the hands of a man I can trust with my life.
If necessary, could you have used it, sir?
I would have had to, Alfred, but it's a moot point now. Maybe I should discard it or destroy it, but it's a symbol of his trust in me, and I just can't.
Lois reaches Superman's tomb, and she riles up the cultists, using them as a distraction to slip past the guards. Inside the tomb, she finds Captain Maggie Sawyer and convinces her to tell her the truth about what's happened. Jonathan remembers talking to Clark after his public debut.
I saw the plane fall, and I just leapt into the sky and saved it. And that was when the mob arrived. They were like maggots, clawing, screaming. Everybody had something they wanted me to do, to say, to sell. I know I have to use my powers to help people, but that was my first public appearance, and now they're going to be looking for me. They all want a piece of me, Pa, and I don't know how to deal with it.
I think I do. Jonathan, who are you talking to? What are you doing, sitting in Clark's room in the dark?
I had the idea, Martha. The costume. The secret identity. I loved him. I thought I was helping. It's my fault, Martha. I didn't know.
It's not your fault, any more than it is Lois's. You know that, don't you, Jonathan?
I had such hopes.
Lois gets a tip from Charlie of the Underworld, and with the help of several more Underworlders, she infiltrates Cadmus. Lois finds Superman's body lying on a slab, hooked up to instruments and machines.
Oh, Clark, what have they done to you? I have to get you out of here. I have to take you back.
Heads up, somebody's coming.
They hear people coming, though, and are soon forced to flee. Lois has all the evidence she needs for her story, and the Underworlders help her escape.
I couldn't carry Clark out of there, but this is the next best thing. It'll go out over all the wire services. The whole country will know. They'll deny it. Let 'em try. I couldn't save his life, but by heaven, I'm going to save his body from desecration. Maybe my words are good for something after all. I'm going to use them to make them give his body back.
Jonathan holds a paper, informing him Superman's tomb is empty.
Jonathan David Kent, what in heaven's name are you doing way out here without your coat? It's freezing. Land sakes alive, put on this coat before you catch your death.
They've stolen his body, Martha.
You know what Lois said when she called. She discovered it and broke the story. She swears she'll get him back.
This is where the rocket brought him to Earth. He seemed so helpless then. I swore then I'd protect him. I'd keep him safe. But I couldn't. I just keep thinking how he said they all want a piece of me.
Jonathan?
Jonathan collapses in Martha's arms.
Oh, Jonathan! Not you too! Jonathan!
Hate. Some say it is a waste of energy, a useless emotion that keeps one from achieving one's ultimate potential. But for Lex Luthor, a man whose accomplishments surpass the wildest dreams of most men, hate is everything. Do it. Lex engages in a karate sparring session with several trainers. For years, Superman had been Luthor's obsession, the one man in Metropolis who was more powerful than he. And now, even in death, it is Superman who provokes his every move. With his ring of kryptonite, Luthor reveled in the Man of Steel's inability to bring him down. It was a game to be savored, a game that is over. No amount of stand-ins and workouts can erase the memory of the man who stole his hand. Superman was a constant, a challenge that made life worth living. And even though the ring's radiation claimed his original body, Lex Luthor has never felt more empty. Distracted, Lex takes a kick to the face.
You hired us to give you a top-drawer training session, Mr. Luthor. Keep daydreaming like that, and you're just wasting your money.
Nobody does that to me. Nobody. You have no bloody idea what trouble you've...
Oh, Lex, you still in the gym? I know you hate to have your training sessions interrupted, but Miss Lane here insisted on talking to you. Hello, Lex. It's obvious you're not like your father.
Good day, Lois. How so?
If that overweight old power broker had ever been drop-kicked like that, he'd have put the kicker on ice. Good thing you're not like that, eh, Mr. Luthor?
True, Sasha. How very true. Now, what brings you here, Lois? Has there been any word on Mr. Kent?
I'm afraid not. I want you to read the column I ran today, before I trimmed it.
A grand gesture to be sure, Lois. Well, why show it to me?
Read it, I think you'll understand.
This is an outrage! Project Cadmus has stolen Superman's body?
They're gonna cut him up for cloning, Lex. I'm afraid that if the full story runs, they'll just deny it and take him somewhere else.
Right you are. Let me go to work on this. I'll get Superman back where he belongs, and put Cadmus in his place for good.
That's why I came to you, Lex. You're the only man with enough power to ensure that Superman gets the treatment he deserves. Thank God I didn't have to run this story. If the Kents had read my story about Cadmus having their son, there's no telling what it would have done to them.
Code Blue! Code Blue!
Get him into emergency!
This man is in cardiac arrest. He needs attention, stat! Martha, I just heard. What happened?
I think it's a stress that's been caused by what happened with Clark, Jean. Jonathan hasn't been himself for days.
I've been doctoring Jonathan for a long time, Martha. If anyone can pull through this, it's him. He's healthy as an ox.
I hope so, Jean. I hope so. Because with my son gone, I just can't bear the thought of losing Jonathan, too.
What's his status? Pulse almost non-existent. Responsiveness gone. We're losing him. Now, you listen to me, Jonathan Kent. You and I have been friends for too long a time for you to check out on me. I want you to fight with me, Jonathan. We're going to take that old ticker of yours and get it running again, Clark. After all, no sense buying a brand new truck when our old one will do. Always remember, keep your cars serviced, and they'll service you.
Mr. Ross just bought himself a brand new four-wheel drive.
That's because he never learned how to change plugs. He's a friend, but he doesn't know beans about taking care of his equipment.
Yeah, but at least Pete doesn't have to ride around in an old bucket of bolts.
So, you're kind of embarrassed to be seen riding around in Old Sweetheart with your old man, eh?
Oh, it's not that. You know how it is.
Sure I do, son. But remember, this old bucket of bolts, as you call it, will be a classic one day. Probably outlast me, come to think of it.
We can't get him back. Get out the paddles.
Everybody, stand clear. Get that shirt open.
Wait, he's responding. Showing some signs of life.
Clark! Colin Thornton, the publisher of News Time magazine, is visiting Jimmy Olsen to ask his opinion which of his final Superman photos should be on the cover of News Time's memorial issue. Jimmy thinks he'd trade them all to have Superman back. But in the end, he chooses the shot of Superman's cape stuck on a stick like a torn battle flag. Perhaps as a reminder that Superman's never-ending battle for truth and justice goes on, as his spirit will still inspire people for all the time to come, until in 1,000 years it will inspire the legion of superheroes.
Almost ready, Sasha? In a minute, Wanda. You girls head to the bus without me. I'll catch up to you. All right. First round on us. You deserve it for handling Luthor the way you did. That I do. But if he wants to test himself against the best black belts in Metropolis, he has to learn to eat mat. Kind of weird how he never seems to have men around, though.
Sasha?
You? What are you doing here? In case you didn't read the sign out front, this is the women's locker room.
That is of little concern to me.
Oh!
Lois? Lois?
Hmm?
It's me. I'm back.
Clark! Lois? Lois, are you listening to me? He came back to me once after he'd been lost in time. If only... Lois! I realize things have been tough for you since your fiancé passed away, but you better stop daydreaming. We're almost there. Hey, why are we landing? This is a dangerous mission, Lois. If you can't concentrate, I can't use you. I'll pick you up on the way back to Metropolis. Hey, this whole thing was my idea. You can't leave me here. It's for your own good, Lois. Damn. Now I'll have to hike the rest of the way.
Lois is picked up by the Harrys, wild people with amazing technology cast off from the New Gods. They're also friends of Superman, and they assist Lois with getting into Cadmus once they hear what they've done. When Lois arrives, Supergirl already has the Man of Steel's body in her arms. Not long ago, Lois Lane had embraced the notion of a life together with this man. They were engaged to be married, and the future promised infinite happiness. Now, tomorrow can only bring the empty, aching sadness that comes with any man's death, even Superman's.
How could it have come to this? Hurry, let's get out of here. We have to take him back to his eternal resting place.
I don't believe this. He's not fighting at all. Do you hear me, Jonathan? If you want to live, you have to fight. Don't let your life fall apart this way, Jonathan Kent.
His vitals are bottoming out, Doctor.
Give me room. Every second counts.
He should pull through. Thanks to you, Superman.
What's going on, son?
Superman just saved some guy. He's awesome.
Clark, you've always saved everyone. Everyone but yourself. Why did you leave? Why did you have to die? Supergirl has returned Superman's body to its rightful resting place. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate the union of this woman, Lois Lane, and this man, Clark Kent. Lois Lane, do you take this man to hold and cherish, to love and honor for the rest of your life?
I do. What's that, Lois? Nothing. Just saying goodbye.
If you two wouldn't mind, I'd like to be alone for a few minutes. To pray.
You? I mean, well, of course. I'm sorry.
Lois and Supergirl exit the tomb, leaving Lex alone.
Gotcha. So, I win. I knew I'd bury you one day, you sanctimonious, self-righteous pain. I owned this town until you came along. There wasn't a man on earth who could stop me from doing whatever I pleased. And if anyone dared interfere, they were given a one-way ticket to hell. That's the main reason I killed her, you know. That Sasha witch.
I throttled the life from her throat with my bare hands just to prove to you that I was king again. When they find her body tomorrow, all the evidence will point to a janitor at LexCorp, an ex-con no less. Of course he'll deny the murder, but no one will believe him. And you can't do one blessed thing about it. You're dead. You are nothing. And I am back on top. Metropolis is mine again, Superman. And you are an empty, lifeless, withering husk.
Breathe, Jonathan, breathe!
Clark, look out!
Jonathan Kent sees the monster Doomsday, sees the monster Death, and greets it.
Beep. Don't leave me, Jonathan, please.
Jonathan sees Clark reaching for him. It's me, Pa. Don't be afraid.
Clark, I'm coming, son.
He takes his hand.
Oh, Jonathan, no. Don't leave me alone.
The end. Now, while the comic did end there, and in fact no Superman books were published for 6 months after, I'm not so heartless as to end my episode there, when you and I know full well the story goes on. So I'll end with just a preview of the Adventures of Superman 500, the first Superman comic to begin publication again after the hiatus, and just the ending, for poor old Jonathan and Martha's sake. Jonathan Kent smashes the demons he perceives misleading his son's spirit to a Kryptonian afterlife, and leads Clark back towards the land of the living with him. Superman and Jonathan return from the endless light through sheer force of will as Jonathan's heart beats once more. He awakens and begins raving about how he brought Clark back. The doctor says his vitals are good, but they're not out of the woods yet. Lois has to leave. She can't bear to hear what he's saying in her grief. On her flight back to Metropolis, Lois sees a flying man outside her plane, but calms herself, remembering there are hundreds of flying heroes. But when she reaches Metropolis Airport, she sees a news report of someone they claim to be Superman. Reports coming in from all over, sightings of a costumed do-gooder who witnesses claim was Superman.
Say, ain't he supposed to be dead? Superman?
Let's go to Clarice Day in Hobbs Bay. What do you think?
It's just not a publicity stunt.
Can you describe your encounter, Cindy? I drew a picture of the man who got my kitty out of the tree. He said his name was Superman. Oh, and he smelled kind of funny, too.
In Centennial Park, a stolen cab was prevented from running down a jogger.
I mean, like, these creeps are trying to turn me into roadkill, and then suddenly he's there. He was, like, not as big as I thought he'd be, but he was gorgeous. Oh, yeah, it was him. You know, Superman.
In Suicide Slum, a tenement fire could have been worse.
My husband and I got my boy Eldon out, but the baby's room was...
Look, no one could get in there. It was all flaming and stuff. But he saved my baby. That's Superman. The story wasn't much different at the Northport nuclear power plant.
Hey, I don't care who he was. We were 10 seconds from China syndrome when he showed up and sealed the containment tank.
And finally, a Metropolis woman who was attacked in the laundry room of her apartment building.
This used to be a safe building. I was doing my wash when this guy grabbed me. Suddenly he crashes through the wall and, well, kept his sleeves from hurting me. I'm not sorry my attacker's dead. He sure won't threaten anyone ever again.
Sure you're ready?
Gotta do it, Henderson. With all the sightings, I have to know.
I shouldn't be doing this, Lane.
You're right. And thanks.
Lois and Inspector Henderson open Superman's tomb to find an empty casket.
Oh, no. He's gone.
Not really. I'd say from the look of things that he's back. Superman's back. The beginning. The city and the world, as well as you dear viewers, I'm afraid, will have to wait quite a bit longer to see the Man of Steel again, at least in his original form, because following this is the reign of the Supermen, and that's not even what I'll be adapting next. This will be somewhat like my Nightfall series in that it'll be a while before I come back for the return of Superman, which will cover the 4 new Supermen in Metropolis and the Man of Steel's actual comeback. John Henry Irons will become a man of steel when he builds a suit of flying armor. The last son of Krypton will stalk the streets dealing cold and deadly justice with the power of Superman. Superboy will insist that no one call him Superboy as he brings back leather jackets for the 90s. And the cyborg Superman will appear to be the man himself, reconstructed by some alien force and missing most of his memories. And a fifth Superman will be out and about, my own favorite, Bibbo, just dedicated to doing what he can to fill in for his departed pal. Luckily, Bibbo never has to fight any of the other Supermen, though. And for those curious about an explanation concerning the whole death and return thing, though, that bit where he was still invulnerable at Cadmus should have been a clue, but he's not actually all the way dead. Now that might or might not have been his spirit Jonathan saw, they're intentionally vague about that, but heaven does exist in the DCU as well as a figure known as the Presence, so it's far from impossible. I like to think it was him, though, as it serves the story better. The fact is that Superman had 30 years of stored solar energy in his cells, granting him a semi-permanent near-death state where all life signs had ceased as far as humans measure, as well as brain activity. But all he needed was to be placed in a Kryptonian regeneration chamber in the fortress quickly enough, and he was. Or will be, I suppose. I don't want to spoil things early, but I do want to note that the writers as much as came out and said this was a one-time deal, having emailed Hamilton declare, quote, "I think it's safe to say that this could never happen again." In fact, when Superman had a second scheduled death that was supposed to happen, the Legion of Superheroes came back in time, so they were there to repair the damage immediately after it happened. Not changing fate, but sort of cleaning up after it, I guess. It was during Last Stand on Krypton, following the new Krypton arc in the late 2000s, and he was stabbed in the chest with a spaceship. Just some fun trivia to end on, because this was some heavy dramatic material, and I'd like to remind you that there's still a spirit of fun to the overall world. It's always darkest just before the dawn, so they say. So while viewers in the future can just click to the return video, those watching this relatively soon after I upload it will have to wait for the story to continue like all of us fans did at the time. And I ask you to cherish that. Like, you're in an exclusive club. I really don't think I'll wait 6 months to do the next part either, but I need to recharge after big projects like this. But this story meant a lot to me, both when I first read it, and it still does even now. So I hope it meant something to you too. So whatever I come up with, I'll see you next time. And as always, thanks for watching.